Hello, welcome to our Friday weekly witchy live stream. I hope that you guys have had a really good week. I don't know why, but I'm like so nervous. I always get so nervous before these. Thank you guys so much. I saw that we've been having super chats before we even start. Araceli, thank you so much for the super chat. And you guys are so cute in the comment section. I love reading this stuff. So okay, this week we are doing what is not true. I love doing these readings in the negative. Like, I think that can be helpful. I do have a background in psychology. I'm just going to keep this really short. And it's a science. And one thing that I believe about science is it's best when it's used to prove what is like absolutely not true. And sometimes I think that's as close to the truth as we can get, because the universe itself is always like growing and always expanding. And I think that's a part of like the dynamics of life, is that God and life want us to be in relationship to it. And so if so many things are like just definitively true, then it stops that like observational process. And I actually feel like this is the backdrop, the backbone of what's coming forth here, like in this reading, is understanding the relational quality and the relational aspect of life, and understanding the happenings that are unfolding in your life as coming from that place. I really was not planning on saying that. That literally just came out. Okay, so with that being said, strangely, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I've got 3 piles as per usual. And also, my husband gave me this. I just want to show you guys this like beautiful Shiva art. I think it's Shiva and Parvati, but like he just put that on my desk and it just made my week. But isn't that beautiful? I love spiritual artwork. I really love it. Anyways, that warms my heart every single time I looked at it, and I wanted you guys to look at it too for some reason. Okay, so I've got 3 piles. This is pile number 1, the Starborn. And we've got number 2, the Empty Room. And pile number 3, the Temple. So I'm going to hold them all up together. This is pile number 1 on this side, pile number 2 in the middle, and pile number 3. So just do your thing, soften your energy, take a big deep breath, allow your energy to settle, allow yourself to be drawn into whatever pile or multiple piles. I'm actually really feeling that strongly here for this one, multiple piles. I'm just going to say it again. You might have multiple piles, and they might be stringing a message together for you, for some of you, if you're drawn to that. Keeping in mind that the way in which you find yourself drawn to your pile might specify your message a little bit. It might make sense to you. Okay. Oh. Speaking of, I just like confuse myself in the way I put these things down. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Oh yeah, the flowers in the background. We still have the candle lit over to the side because, you know, it has a job, it has a function here. But my husband got those from me from the yard, and so I just wanted to share them with all of you. Okay, so pile number 1. Let's get into this. I'm just gonna prayer wheel. Compassion. Okay, so pile number 1. What is not true? Okay. I feel like you could have been rocked here, pile 1. It could have felt like a tower moment. I'm just hearing like some kind of blunt trauma, force, or something here. You're not being picked on, is what I'm hearing, like for the sake of being picked on. And also it's like you're not an alien in the sense that it's like you're not so different. I think what you're going through, this isn't like, I'm hearing like you're very Terran. I know like other people like resonate with being from other places and stuff. That's not like what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this experience that you are going through is something very indicative of the Earth school. It's something so incredibly human. You're not being singled out. You're not weak, and you're not being considered weak. I think some of you feel like, yeah, like this something here that you're being picked on because you're seen as like weak or different or something here like that. But your guides are saying that you are strong, and that's actually why they're bringing this forth. So I feel like there was an outside incident, and it was meant to kind of shake you up, like whatever this was, and it's not threatening. Yeah, I just heard there's a difference between threatening and teasing. It's not meant to be threatening, whatever this is, even though it might have shaken you up. And I'm not telling you not to take this seriously, because it might be like an actual serious threat, but you're a match for it, is what they're trying to say. And whatever this was, it was kind of, I'm hearing, hey, you're in an egg. Like whatever this is, like your guide, you might feel like, why do your guides like let this happen? Why did they let this hit you? Some of you might feel that you have like enough intuition or something, like you should have felt something coming, or you feel like left wide open for something here, and your guides are like, this is a part of your process, this is a part of your learning process. And I'm literally hearing that again. Hey, you're in an egg, wake up, you're in an egg. And so then I'm seeing you kind of open your eyes and like kind of look around like, oh, well, golly gee willikers, I'm in an egg. And they're trying to stave off something here too. So you're ready for the next stage of development, but that little chick in there, or whatever is in here, okay, because we don't know what's in there, and that's the thing. It's like they know what's in there. Your guides know what's in there, and they know how to bring it out of you. So the life school is schooling, right? It's all working the way that it's supposed to work, and in order to bring that part, some kind of aspect of you out. They're trying to connect you with a certain aspect of yourself that you're actually ready for. But just like that little chick that's got to like push its way out of the egg, you've got to push your way out of the egg, but you didn't even know that you were in an egg. And so it's building up some of your strength. It started some kind of journey here for you. There's a purpose. There's some kind of like divine purpose here to what is going on. It's kind of, they're saying this is your next challenge because you're ready. And it does feel, for some of this is like with your psychic or intuitive gifts. For some of you, it's in a realm that you maybe didn't even know existed. It's stretching your legs out into a aspect of your personality, or something that you are actually good at, or that you have a propensity for, or that you're meant to use in this lifetime as a part of like your destiny energy. And they need to get that like up online, but it's like it's been dormant, or it's been stagnant, or again, it feels like you didn't even realize you were in an egg. You didn't even realize you were in a box almost. I think this has to do with you don't understand the way that people see you. And you're thinking people see you as like weak, or you think that people are attacking you because you are different. And I think there's some aspect to that, but I want to put that on pause here for a second. They're also potentially staving off some kind of worse thing from being down the road. And that's not even ominous or threatening. That's just, again, the way that life goes. If that baby chick stays a baby chick, then you know how like they say the yolk is like with the little baby embryo chicken like eats when it's in there, like you're gonna run out of yolk, you're gonna run out of food. So you gotta peck out of the shell, because the food you're gonna eat in the next stage of your life is gonna be like little things you gotta peck off the ground. So you gotta have, you got to get out of there, and you got to go look for something else, right? It's kind of showing you that. It's also very dangerous for you to you don't realize you're in an egg, and that basically you don't have legs, and you don't have your wings. So something could just scoop you up and then cook you in a skillet, and they don't want that to happen. So it's like, all right, like it's time here for the next thing. Now, like I was saying, I think that there's a confusion about the way that people see you, and because of how you feel on the inside, and you are very strong. Okay, this is so interesting. They're showing me Pluto, like your Pluto. This is like your buried potential, your buried power. Things, okay. So this, whatever came in, it's designed, remember I said it's designed to evoke something, to like make you realize you've got a gift. So this is a trait or something that you've buried because you were told that it's wrong. That you don't have that, or society has socialized you to think, well, you're not going to get fed if you use that trait. So that's why it's dormant. That's why it's not being used. But your guides are saying, no, that is a part of you, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of that, and you should have access to that, and we want that up online. So whatever this is, in order to like combat it or be like a match for it, which you absolutely are. So they're saying you're not being picked on. This is very, you're meeting this head on. They want you to rise up and kind of meet this head on. It has to do with something that you buried in your Pluto. And it also is something here to do with power dynamics. You are not actually like this fragile, weak thing. I feel like a lot of you are women, and a lot of us are just told that, there are so many women that are just wicked smart. They're very observant. They know exactly what's going on and what's happening to them, and the way that people are looking at them. And so society has told us, though, that we only are looked at as valuable if we are demure, or if we play second fiddle, or to wield power by proximity. And then if you ever raise your voice, or if you ever this, or if you ever that, right? So a lot of us bury our power in one way or another, but it doesn't mean that we are stupid, and it doesn't mean that we are incapable. But then it becomes this kind of like vicious cycle. And if you're not a woman and you're not relating to this, even if you are a woman, you're like, that's really not me. I have overcome this. Like there might be remnants of it, but there's something here that follows like this pattern. It becomes this like negative feedback loop. So because you were taught in some way to file down your fangs and chip off your nails and to not stand up for yourself, people actually think you're an easy target here. And that's why they come at you. And I'm hearing there's something about this that like flares up their aggression, because they look at you like you're this fragile little egg. Or again, eggs to me are like a sign of nurturing, or like taking care of somebody here, because remember the studies back in like the 60s or something, whenever they started to do the prepackaged meals, and actually women weren't buying the prepackaged meals from the store, even though it was saving them a lot of time and everything, because they didn't feel like they were actually cooking something for the family, and they knew like what was in it. But they found out with a cake mix, I think it was a cake mix, that if you had all the other ingredients, but they just had to crack one egg, then the women would actually buy that one. Even though the other ones were just as good and actually easier, they wanted to feel there's something with that connection of the egg and like nurturance. So people might feel like you owe it to them to be like nurturing, and they have it in their little minds, is what I'm hearing, their little egghead, their little noggins, like exactly what your personality should be like to them. And it's based on something arbitrary. Literally, I'm just hearing socialization. It's literally based on something as simple as your gender. They're trying to stuff you in this egg. They're trying to keep you in this box. They're trying to keep you small. And then they judge you for not, honestly, and I'm hearing you would be all the lesser for it. If you were the person that these people wanted you to be, they would hate you for it. You would be boring. They would treat you bad. And maybe some of you have kind of like lived that, or they're trying to like show you that that's maybe where you're going down. And this could be in a social environment. This could be with your friends. This could be in romantic situations. This could be professionally. This could be all of the above. That it's actually not what's promised. You were sold a bill of goods is what I'm hearing. And they're trying to just like let you know. So you also might have, again, the 3 up here, like a group of people of Aquarian types, people who are different, people who live a different kind of lifestyle, people who have pushed the boundaries in some way, actually telling you, listen, I tried that. It didn't work for me. So whatever this is, it's like showing you that this isn't the way. Like you got sold a bill of goods. There's some kind of social contract or social promise that actually is not what it seems like it's going to be. Whether this is, again, in a professional environment or like at home or something, it's not what it seems to be. You got sold a bill of goods. If you do that, you are just going to get like taken advantage of. But that's the shell, okay? Because if you do that, like your shell's going to get cracked from the outside. And we've talked about that with like the butterfly cocoons. You think you're helping something by cracking its shell from the outside, and you're actually not. It has to have the struggle. So your shell's going to get cracked from the outside if you continue to like be this way. And if I'm hearing like if you put your destiny or like something here in the hands of somebody else, that's what's going to happen to you. They don't want that to happen to you. They're saying, and you're different and you are unique and you have something to gift to this world and you see the world in a different way, or you have the capacity for it. Yeah, I'm hearing like things are not as they seem. So they are trying to show you that the world is a bigger place and that people are so much different. It's not an attack. It feels like an attack, but it's not an attack. They're just trying to break you out of whatever shell this is. And I think they're trying to engage you with something mind expanding, like whatever this is. And they're trying to get you to question what you've heard, but they're also trying to question what's possible. And some of you, there's a lot of Aquarian energy. So this could change a field of study that you have. And this could also change your dreams, like your hopes and dreams, what you consider like successful for yourself. Like I said, this is a huge, I'm hearing the song Ignition. Like this is an ignition moment. Hot and fresh out the kid. Okay, I don't know what this song is, but I'm feeling that negative energy, and sometimes they try to like troll me. So okay, trolls. So the trolling, like the competition. This is like healthy competition. It's actually bringing out the best in you, and don't be afraid of it, and actually just engage with it. Or see what I just did. It's like I just called it out. I just realized what was going on, rolled my eyes, and kept going. Like I just feel like that's kind of what you're meant to do here. So you're having these voices that are coming in that are meant to show you and awaken and expand and show you how big you actually are. Now remember I said there's like this kind of flare up of aggression, because I'm seeing somebody come in and rock your Pluto like a gong, like literally a gong. But they're showing me like a gong. You know how a gong kind of like dangles, and then like you hit the gong with like a mallet and it's like it reverberates out. Like I'm seeing your Pluto like that, like it's a gong, and somebody coming up and like I just heard the word like I can't say it on YouTube. They're hitting the gong basically, and it's like reverberating, and it is having this wake up effect here on you because you buried your power in some way, and you thought that was like it's not that you buried your entire power. You thought that was strategic. You were told that was strategic. You were told like this is not if you trust in society, I'm hearing if you trust in a certain person to do right by you, if you trust in this certain system, if you trust in this, if you trust in that, everything's going to turn out right for you. No. People do not respect people who do not stand up for themselves, is what I'm hearing. And they'll just walk all over you. Doormat. I'm hearing doormat. I'm also hearing codependency. So some of you, the bill of goods that you have been sold is something to do with codependency. It's just not true. And you're having to learn that the hard way. You are having to learn that the hard way. Tasha, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So texturism like was just going on with that, the Ignition song, Mama Roll in That Body, Got Every Man in Here Wishing. For some of you, you've also been taught to like bury your sex drive. This could have to do with like sexual experiences that you're having, that you might have demonized yourself for, but connecting with that, it's root chakra stuff. This is like the buried stuff. This is like the lower vibrations, the whoa, 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 like that kind of stuff that you might have been taught is like demoned, like, whatever. No, but it just separated you out from like your own power. This is also like teaching you that your schmexuality belongs to a man and that you're supposed to, it's not for you. Like it doesn't exist for you. It exists for somebody else. So all of this is just whatever is going on here. It's just hitting your Pluto. And again, Pluto is trauma. Pluto is like the stuff that we've buried. So you might feel like all these buried feelings that are so strong, like coming out. But I'm literally, like Maleficent, the movie Maleficent, and how like the whole thing is it's a metaphor for SA, like when she gets her wings clipped. Like I think somebody clipped your wings in some particular fashion. And you are getting them back. Like you are learning how to be strong in whatever capacity here. And it's a hard way of awakening is what I'm hearing. But this is like the path that you've chosen. This is like the spark that you need. You need to connect with your Pluto here in some way, because otherwise your Pluto is outsourced. Your Pluto is just around you. It exists around you. You might even feel like you have people maneuvering around you. And that's just the imbalance in the universe. The universe is always trying to stay perfectly in balance. And I'm hearing karma. So they're showing me the Libra scales being like way, way out of balance, because these are people that have come to expect. You have people around you that whether or not they've been in your life in the past or in previous lifetimes or whatever, you draw in people, or people kind of, you are taught to be bait is what I'm hearing. They're getting a whiff of like, oh, you got told to like this or that. And that means I can run my game. Like I can have you and I can, they're strategic. There's like Plutonian people around you, but they're strategic in all of the wrong ways. They hide shit. They bury shit. They're very strategic about what they present to you, but then they think they're going to go have their little secrets here. And that is like, even in a professional setting, people are like smiling in your face, but then they're trying to outgun you for the promotion. And they're like telling you, buttering you up, telling you everything that you need. You're trying to be cooperative. So maybe you're not being strategic with your secrets or something here like that. You're saying everything that you're going to do. And then those people are like writing it down. You may have had experiences like this where you told somebody about a job that you were going to go after and then somebody else like beat you to it. So you have to learn how to be strategic. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is cooperative. Those people also have to learn how to be more cooperative. And I think it might shock you to find out that for a lot of people who have done this, like they've been weirdly Plutonic. These are people who are gross with their Pluto energy. These are people who are way out of balance. They're way out of whack with their Plutonic energy. And they think that that's the way. They think that playing power games, control dynamics, trying to take the power in a relationship, I just heard keep a good woman down, is the way to be. That's how they think they're going to win and they're going to succeed in life. And you are part of their karmic lesson. If you can get your power back, it almost becomes like a war between the two of you, but you don't realize that you're in it because you are so cooperative. But you have to watch who you're cooperative around. You have to choose. You have to be strategic about who you give that energy to, who you give that power to. And you have to acknowledge that they've given you quite a bit of power. And if somebody's not doing that, then they need to leave. They're not, a part of like your life or your existence. So this is something here that's like a tower moment. And I feel like I'm hearing the word, it's reverberating. So you're focused on like the pain, and pain can be incredibly distracting. So you're focused in on the pain of where whatever hit you, it rocked you. Literally in the Pluto, literally where it hurt. I think it probably brought up a lot of buried content that you didn't even realize was there. I'm hearing for some of you, you're the Pluto person. Like you're dealing with a person that I'm describing and you're the Pluto person, and then you don't understand like why you got rocked in a certain way. But there's a rebalancing that's happening. For those of you who are like just this very sweet person, but then you realize that there are people who would seek to take advantage of that and feel entitled to take advantage of that. And I'm hearing it's like a subtle way of saying, get in your place. That's not love. Get in your place. Get out of my life. Your place is far away from me, right? And you got to be able to say that with your words and actions and all of that being in alignment. And so it's correcting that codependent kind of balance that's going on here. And you're not as fragile as you think you are. And being nurturing, I know for me, I have an Aries moon though. Okay. So I actually feel very nurtured and very comfortable, especially around women that are kind of rough around the edges. Like if I know, because I don't know. My mom was very much that way. And because of that, I was kind of like more soft than I think I naturally would have been, because I did come out the womb very matter of fact and very like certain, but that I was told not to be that way in my family. And I was just systematically like worn down. I'm not that way naturally. I think in part because of who my mom is, but like because she was that way, like I kind of got weakened in like my ability to do that, because it was always kind of taken care of around me. But also because of that, it's like I actually feel very soothed and comforted by having very strong personalities around me. People who I know are going to call it out, but you can't get used to that. You've got to learn how to do it on your own. You've got to bring forth. And I'm also hearing that statement that is like, if you bring forth what is within you, what is within you will save you. But if you keep it buried, Pluto, then what is within you will destroy you. Again, Pluto is the death planet, and it can be towards a positive way, like that transformative energy, because you are very conscious about, you know, what is buried and what comes out. You're strategic about that, another Pluto word. So you're engaging with that space in a way that it's meant to be engaged with, right? Which is sparingly, but in a strategic way. Or it's going to be that death energy. So it's kind of pick your poison here. Yeah. And so these people are also learning a lesson. This is why these are your karmics. Like these people that are very plutonic and think that they're sly and slick and getting away with stuff, have no qualms about it. I just heard no scruples, no morals. That's, and I literally am hearing men, because it's like they think that they're being manly. They're thinking that they're fulfilling their social contract by being that way. I think they might have like gross people around them telling them that that's the way to be. Well, they have to lose you in order to understand that they actually lost quite a bit of power. Okay, so these are people that in terms of I think you are a person that having you around somehow is a boon. Like I think on a spiritual energetic level in ways we don't understand, but I'm talking about socially. I think that you are a very well-intentioned person. You are a sweet person. You are somebody who, like, I'm hearing you give the benefit of the doubt. Like things are they go smoother when you're around. They're nicer. Things are more pleasant. It's really nice to keep a person like you around. And when they can't do it, Callie, thank you so much for the super chat. And when they can't do it, they really lose a lot. I'm hearing it weakens actually their social standing, because they didn't know how to act. They have to lose you. And in order to know that this isn't the way for them to be, and that if they keep going that way, they're going to lose out on really, really great people. And then they're not going to be able to find their footing, and I'm also seeing like people kind of reducing you to your parts, you know, and that could be like certain body parts that you have that, I don't know, maybe you have like really a great rack or something. I don't know, like whatever it is. And they're like reducing you down to that, like, oh, if I have that, or like they're only special because they have this or this or this. You're actually special for a lot of reasons. You're a very unique person. And maybe you don't even realize how unique you are some of the times here. And I'm also hearing you're a person who gives a lot of compassion, but not very many people pour into you. And you need to start like recognizing that. And I do feel like you're also the type of person where your soul family is like more, I'm hearing diaspora. Like they're kind of like spread out more. And so you might find that you connect with more people who understand you on the road. Some of you, literally, you're probably going to go on a backpacking adventure or something, or just a road trip, or like, I know gas prices are crazy and stuff. Like nobody's doing that kind of stuff now, but maybe like you'll just find yourself really connecting with people like actually when you're on the road, because there's something about breaking through the traditionality of some kind of social contract, something that you're expected to do within your own culture, and the people who have always known you, like you're all like people who just always interact with you like, oh, well, that's just this person, they're this way. When you meet people who don't have that preconceived notion about you, those people actually see you the clearest, and you actually might find that you like that better, and that you actually, that's more of like who you actually are, and you might find yourself literally away from home. Like whether that's multiple places away from home. Yeah, I mean, and this is very Isis energy too. So whatever this is, so this could be like bad news. This could be you losing your job. This could be, I don't know what this is. It's like something bad, but then it's like, okay, well, I got to move here. And then it's Isis energy in the sense that you're picking up little pieces of your heart, like every which way. I do feel that there is like people waiting with like a little piece of your heart to just, you got the little piece of my heart now, baby. Yeah, that's what was going on. I'm seeing people eating your heart. I'm seeing like demons around a table, just like sloppily eating your heart. Like, thanks, this is a delicacy, you know? And you're like, you're welcome. And I think you might have, I think you really like to give to people, and you're like, this makes me feel so good to give back. But it's like, honey, there's, I'm always saying this, like, this is one of the lessons of the Aries Libra axis. We never make compromises in our Aries energy. Your energy, who you are, your body, we don't compromise there. You're not supposed to compromise there. Right? That's why the sun that represents like our selfhood debilitates in Libra. That's not the place where it's not on the chopping block for diplomacy, because when you start giving stuff away from that, you start to change who you are, and not for the better. And so now you don't even have two equal partners at a negotiating table. And I think that's what some people, again, subconsciously, Pluto rules over the subconscious, subconsciously and or strategically are trying to do to you. You have people that are trying to weaken you. And so those experiences, Brody, thank you so much for the super chat. Those experiences that you've had, they're meant to connect you with your power. So stop looking at it like, I said that very firmly. Stop looking at it. You guys are saying, stop looking at it like you're like it's victim, that this was sent in to victimize you. This is connecting you with your power because you have to connect with a part of yourself. This is soul retrieval is what I'm hearing. You're ready for it. And they sent it in. It was so strategically timed. You are so ready for this. It was actually done very matter-of-factly, whatever this is. And it's soul retrieval and you are ready for this. You're ready for this moment. You're ready to go find this little piece of your soul. It's sending you a bit on a wild goose chase. Yeah, and you're flailing around in your energy, but that's because you're staying in the egg. So like look around, like if you didn't meet this with like the ways in which you normally meet this, what else is a possibility? Because I think there's some things where you're like, oh, well, I could fix it if I did that or if I was this way. But then society tells you you're not allowed to be that way. So then you're like, but I can never do that because that's just going to cause more problems. No, it isn't. And potentially you're in the wrong location because you're going to find that like other people are going to be like, wow, that's really interesting. Or that's really like, yeah, that's like really unique. So let me just see what else is not true. I'm hearing what they say about you is not true. So whenever, okay, because you're in an environment where, again, people are trying to control you. They're trying to belittle you. They're trying to cut you down. And I think there's a lot of gossip that goes on here, but this is like the crabs in a bucket that are trying to pull people down whenever they express, like this group, whether this is a family system or something, it's two of one mind. Like they don't celebrate when people are different. They view it as a threat, you know, again, for power and control. So you're around people who view, and this might not actually be indicative of like in the States, like which state you're from or which city you're from. This just might be like the people that are around you because of the family that you have and, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just getting like, these are people that just value their own. It's so selfish. I'm hearing they just view you through a lens that is so selfish because they're just trying to grab for whatever it is that they can grab for themselves. And they really just treat you like an object. And like, they're just all like kind of, I'm just picturing somebody like pulling you apart. Like everybody's trying to grab for a little piece of you. And I think you're meant to be leading the way. You're different in this group. You're meant to be leading the way of like, you know, we could all have, there's enough to go around if like we just learned how to have a conversation with each other and learn how to respect each other. And if we learn how to work together to make sure that we all had a little piece of the pie, but nobody wants to listen to you. I think there's something about your appearance. You were sent in here like for this. I'm hearing it's like bait. It's giving bait dog. But you're not the bait dog. You're kind of like the heavyweight energy, which is why you agreed to go in like this to teach people their lessons. You're a strong, actually a very strong, powerful mirror. All of this is because of your strength. I'm hearing all of this is for you. Like all of this is unfolding for you, for your soul, for your soul's alchemy here. And you were actually chosen for this because of your strength. And there's something about your physical body, the physical body that you chose to come in here that is somehow like weak in a sense, or it's like different than like the people that are around you. And you did that on purpose because you're meant to be teaching these people. You're their karmic lesson. There's something about your body and the way that you look that you chose very intentionally because you knew that these people were going to look at you in some kind of way. In a way that was like weaker or less than, or that you were supposed to be doing this or that. And you chose that for your own soul lesson of like how to come up out of it, how to be strong, how to connect with your strength and come up the fighter. But also so that these people have their lessons about maybe I shouldn't be the way that I am. Just left the friend group for this reason. Nice. I need you to come talk to my family. I'm going to start that service where I'm just going to tell people that they're fucking up and it's going to be my life purpose. I found my life calling. I'm a petite woman. Yeah. But you're not a petite energy. And like, that's the thing. It's like, oh, because you're small in this way that you deserve to get like, and I'm sorry. I know a lot of small people, like not just small women, but small men. And tell me why they have the biggest personalities. Tell me why they're like so determined. Like some of the, even like the men, like I'm thinking of certain men in my family that are like small, but they are like powerhouses and they're very successful people. And like, yeah, it doesn't say anything, but they're just so desperate to put you in a box because these people are actually, these are the people that need to reach for power outside of themselves because they haven't connected with the power within themselves. Because if they did, they would chill out in their energy. They would have that big D energy, regardless of if they're a man or a woman, where it's like they're not like desperate and they're not just fiending for like anything that, okay, anything else that is, okay, you're also not mean. Okay. There's something about your personality that gets, that these people latch onto and tell that you're mean for, and it's something Queen of Swords. So you could be very intelligent. You could be very observant. You could just be very matter of fact or very direct. And honestly, these are the kind of people that you have to be that way with, but then they resent you for it because you've wounded their ego in some way. Understand that that's what's happening here. You're not mean. You're telling the truth. And these people have an aversion to the truth. Some of these people. The other thing is air sign energy. Talfa, thank you so much for the super chat. The other thing is like, okay, air sign energy, we're a lot in our heads. Okay. I say this as a Gemini with love. But also we can be very high strung. And sometimes like when you're anxious and you're high strung, like it wears your energy. You literally burn through like a lot more energy, and you can be very cutting. Like I'm thinking of this one certain moment I actually had, like this was like a long time ago, and it was on the internet, but I was so scared and I was so nervous, and somebody was like, I knew you were a bitch, like in the comments, and I was like, I mean, I am on some days, okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a perfect person, but that was me being scared, that was me being high strung, and also like just feeling, that was me feeling a type of way, and I got called a bitch for it, and like I was being like a bitch, but it wasn't because I was just trying to be a nasty bitch. Like, anyways, I feel like there's something about that with you where it's like you're doing something totally normal and totally human, but it's just there's not a lot of grace. There's not a lot of grace. Yeah. Somebody here is gonna love you though. Somebody here is gonna love you with the King of Cups, and I think that you're the kind of person. There's a real boon that comes with your energy. I need you to start walking like you're the shit. Okay. I also feel that there is, yeah. I just somebody here, you're going to say something to somebody that's going to appreciate this about you, and it's going to change their fortune. Yeah, you're going to give somebody an idea here, and also something else. Yeah. Somebody here has to, okay, this is unideal, okay? This is not an ideal situation for you to be in. Let me just say, I feel for you. Because I feel like these people are only going to learn their lesson after they made you cry. And after they realized that they were strategic with you and that it made you cry. And look, the Three of Cups is on the ground. Like, you prepared this nice feast for people. You want your party hat on. You made guac. And then everybody came. I'm hearing, it's my party and I cry if I want to. Like, you know, you have so much love in your heart. And I think that people have to learn that about you. Because they have to learn that they were the fucked up one. And then they have to start feeling defensive. And I always, for some reason, I get brainstem energy from like the tree here. Like it just looks like the brainstem. It's like that animalistic base part of the brain of like, I was just operating off of my lizard brain. And I didn't understand that I was like hurting human beings in a civilized society of which we share. And I am expected to be a cooperative, productive member. So then they want to heal things. And you're at a distance. And that actually puts these people in touch with their own inner core. And it's very unideal. Because I feel like you're the martyr, and I feel like you didn't ask for that. Yeah, and it's because, and I feel like with you have to get your hopes dashed. I think you always see the best in people, but the best is a fantasy. I just heard. Oh man. You try to see the best in people, but the best a lot of times is a fantasy. People are just people, and I think that, yeah, you just think that everybody's. I used to say this all the time. I was like, I really did. I really did used to believe in the myth of progress. Like, I thought that like, oh yeah, you know, women get the vote, we overturned slavery, and society is just like progressing forward, and we don't have those things anymore. But human nature is human nature, and it is going to find a way to express itself. And so I got snowed, and I didn't understand the ways in which a lot of those energies like went underground, and they were actually expressing all around me. And there is kind of like that animalistic quality to people, but it gets put under like a suit and tie and a mask and corporate culture, and all of us are just kind of like this all the time. Like, I really did not understand that, and so I really interacted in a way with the world that was not great for me, you know. And I feel like there's something here to do with that. And I feel like, again, you believe. I used to say this all the time, like, I really did. I'm ashamed to believe this because it's so naive. Like, I'm just ashamed to admit this. I believed at one point that we really were all out here trying our hardest. Like, in a Christian way, whether you were Christian or like Muslim, I just believed in people's like religious traditions and stuff. I thought we were all trying to be the best versions of ourselves that we could be, and that was the strongest motivator in everybody. To me, it didn't make sense that you could leave childhood and not have that as like your internal engine, but plenty of people don't. And not even like, some of it comes from a very innocent place because they've never been able to like get past survival mode. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. At first, when you hear that, you hear criminal. Oh, you're stealing purses. But hear it again, and there's like an innocence. The innocence of just like the animal kingdom. That's what a squirrel does. The squirrel is, its stomach hurts, and it goes out and takes things. It doesn't understand there's like, that's your property and that's their property. It's a weird like thing that, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it's trying to acquaint you with reality. And I do just want to say that I think you have karmics in your family, like parents and stuff, that taught you that things are better than they are. And they taught you that having that perspective was somehow advantageous for you, instead of looking at people and calling a spade, or looking at something and just being able to call it for what it is. And I feel like they set you up karmically, and I'm sure there was some kind of, maybe you understood that you needed that, or I don't know. I'm sure there was maybe a reason. I don't know. I just work here. But they kind of set you up to have to learn that in such a brutal way. And if you have been brutalized in some way in your life, or just treated viciously, I feel like that's kind of why, is because you had this kind of rude awakening, this kind of, that people are vicious, man. And if they think they can get one over on you, a lot of people are just fine doing that. And I think that a lot of people, they get to the wrong one when it comes to you. You're the wrong one. And you're going to have a victory here. And the victory is yourself. And a lot of these people are going to blame you for it. So these are people that you just can't win. You just can't win. You just can't win. Yeah. But there's somebody coming in for you. This is your path forward. Like, okay, they're wanting me to kind of like suck that energy out of the space really quick, because you just can't win with these certain people, these karmic energies from your past. That's why I think a lot of you are going to boss up, and you're going to have to leave that in order to get acquainted with yourself, because other people are going to give you a chance, right? But look what's waiting for you, the 10 of Pentacles. You're very skillful here at something, and you're going to find somebody who appreciates you. They're going to appreciate the difference that you make, and because of that, you're going to have a very peaceful accord. And somebody here, it's like, I think you're going to, in some way, like when these people look you up on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever weird social media app we're using in the future, they're going to see you have this, and they're going to have to face the fact that they weren't nice to you. And that they weren't treating you in a way that led to stability. They wanted to play weird power. They wanted to make your entire lives a game of 6th grade tug of war on play day, on the playground. And that's not conducive to this. That's not how you get this. And that was always obvious, and it was always in front of them. And that they had to dismantle the things that they were taught, because they're going to see you have a peaceful accord here. And again, I think you're seen, or if you engage with what you're supposed to engage with, you're going to be seen as Aquarian. You're going to be seen as maybe a rebel rouser, maybe a rebel without a cause, but you have a cause. The cause is you, and you're allowed to have that cause. Because I just feel like these people don't recognize you. They don't recognize you as being allowed to take up for yourself. And you might have to like do certain things, to like kind of get people's attention. And if they're not learning their karmic lessons as like, oh my gosh, like this person is just fighting for their life here. They're just fighting for some air. They're just fighting for some room. We're not enemies. I don't know why I did something to make you my enemy. It's stupid. Like, then you're going to have to leave in order to find this. And then everything that they were attributing as Aquarian, they're going to realize, oh, look, they found their other goose, or whatever this is. So yeah. I just want to tell you guys a story. I have no idea why I want to tell this, but like, my grandmas, both of them are fire signs. They're, strong, like women or whatever. And, one of my grandmas, she's very successful. They like met in business school and everything. And they were like very successful. And she was doing all the stuff that she was supposed to do and everything. And she wanted to like, I think remodel the living room or something. And I heard this story like second or third hand. I'm not entirely sure what went on here. And she kept getting told no, but then like she thought that my grandpa was out. Like he got to do everything that he wanted to do. So he went out on a hunting trip, and he came home and she had destroyed the whole living room. Like she knocked down all the walls, and he walked in and was like, oh my gosh. And she was like, whoops. We had a disaster here when you were gone. Me. And looks like you're going to have to fix it. That's what I'm saying, is like, I think people have to push you to a limit before they're even realizing like that you had to do something extreme. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. Okay. I'm just saying this is back in the day, like when women didn't really have any like, way to like stick up for themselves. And she was like, whoops, I guess you're laying sheetrock. Like, So anyways, I just feel like people kind of push you to a point, and then they're like, wow, like so crazy. What an extreme move. But I think that's funny. I think that's hilarious. Anyway, that's why I have this personality now. Okay. That's what I have for pile number 1. It's trying to bring out the fighter in you, basically, is what that sums down to. Sum up, sum down. Sum all around. Compassion. Compassion. This message is so resonant. I just made the decision not to go to my ex-best friend's wedding. Yep. Yes. Okay, let me just put my lip gloss on, because it be popping. Feel so guilty. Yeah, because you do love her. I know. And it's like you want to get along, but people, I think, just put you in a position where it's like you just can't because they're not treating you nice. Okay. Moving on to the pile number 2. Okay. New energy. Okay. This is interesting. I feel like this could resonate with you or this could resonate with somebody else, but there also might be a mirroring here, like a time that you're going through in your life and a time that somebody else was going through in their life. And maybe there's, I don't know, take this however it resonates. This is either you or this is somebody else. So what is not true here? This has to do with aloneness. This is like a pregnant pause. That's what it actually is. You're not alone. You're not being like isolated and you're not being rejected. This is like some kind of pregnant pause energy. And I actually feel like this is a healing crisis. This is some kind of like imposed time of healing. And what I'm getting is that, okay, for those of you where this is somebody else, like you think this person went through a time of being like alone, but you're equating that aloneness or you're attributing it to like, oh, well, nobody was picking this person or nobody, and maybe this is you, maybe you're internalizing this. Janae, thank you so much for the super chat for our Supreme. Oh my gosh. So like you're attributing this. Okay, again, this is you or somebody else. This is what I'm getting is that you feel like you're alone because you're not being picked or that somebody else wasn't being picked or that they're sad or that somebody here is like waiting on you or that you're waiting for somebody else. That's not what's going on here. This is not this, that's kind of aloneness. Whoever is alone here has quite a bit of social options and they know it. This is somebody who's actually very good socially speaking and they do know that if they want, this is on all levels, okay? Like this is somebody who kind of knows that they have people that want to hang out with them on a friend level, that they have people who are interested in them like on a dating level. This person has options and they are very much not coming from a place of desperation or pick me. They're just not. I think this person's like exhausted and they're tired and they feel like they don't fit in and they're just kind of over something here and they're choosing aloneness. And this is like on some level, even if you don't think you are, it's like you kind of are because, yeah. So your guides are saying like, it's not true. It's not true that nobody likes you. It's not true. I kind of want to talk about this like as if you're asking about somebody else. This is what's throwing me. So I'm going to say this person, but understand just like for my speech, but just understand that this could be you. So I want to start over. So this person is not alone because they don't have options. This person is not alone. They're choosing aloneness because this person has gone through something hard. See all this like dark energy around? Like this person has gone through a bit of a dark night of the soul, but I think it is because maybe this is connected to pile number 1. It is because they realize that interacting with people comes at too high of a cost and that maybe they're always like pouring into somebody else's cup, but nobody else is pouring into theirs. This person recognizes that they want something different on some level, but I feel like this is very subconscious. They recognize that they want something different and that the social contracts are like that something here doesn't work for them, but they don't exactly know what it is. So this time of like immense aloneness, and it is a dark night of the soul, this person is contending with some like very heavy issues and they're coming to terms with some kind of like heavy realizations and they're asking themselves some questions that they did not want to ask themselves. And so instead, in the past, because this person, again, I think this is actually a very social person. This person is actually very capable on a social level. They do have a lot of people vying for their attention and it overwhelms this person. And they were kind of feeling like because they have that aspect to their personality, because they get rewarded from that on some sense, like people like to be around them, people are mirroring back to them, then they thought that that's who they are, like on a personality level, and they thought that's like what they had to give. And so they just kind of got stuck in this dynamic, this rut of like always giving. But then they started to kind of realize that, hey, I feel empty, or like I don't really fit. This is a person who might be able to chat up a wall, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they can chat up anybody. But then because they're always the social smoother, or they're always like leading the conversation, a lot of people like to be around them, but they feel increasingly unseen. I'm hearing the song Lonely by Justin Bieber. What if you had it all, but nobody to call? Then maybe you'll know me. Right? So this person on some level looks like they have everything. I think people look at this person as Jupiter as well. Like there's something like expansive here about this person. What's crazy and sad is I don't think this person looks at themselves as Jupiter. So Jupiter is like a big, broad, expansive mind. Even if this person, I think this is funny. I think this happens like in a way that's almost like imperceptible to this person, that they have this effect on people, because when they're in conversation with somebody, they explain something, or they bring up something in conversation, that has an expanding effect on people's minds. Like, so people really like this person's conversation. They really like to be around this person. They may also literally give somebody like an idea that that makes them money, or that expands them in some way. A lot of people like to spend time with this person. I just think that they're always on the giving side of it. They don't look at it that way. They just kind of think, oh, well, this is my personality and people like me for this reason. So they are just trying to, it's almost like a purification process, like sweat lodge, but like on a broader level. So their guides have kind of said, you know, be alone. I think this person, you know, what's crazy? The guides are trying to show them that what they actually like is something different than what they think they like. It's just that they've never stopped to like kind of question it, and they've never stopped to kind of try to figure themselves out. So this is like a hermit kind of moment where this person is kind of like going within. And I think this kind of started maybe gradually. I kind of feel like it started with friends first, where it's like, my friends don't get me, or like, yeah, I'm making these stupid fart jokes, but honestly, like, I've progressed past like thinking fart jokes are funny. Like, but I do know, and this person might even like be laughing because again, they know how to keep the momentum going. And I think people use them more than they love them. And those people don't kind of recognize that, because I think nobody really checks in on this person and says like, are you getting what you need out of this like relationship? How do you feel? Are you happy here? I also think that people really like this person in a particular way, whether it's relationship, platonic, something. And because this person is so reciprocal, and they're so good with the social game and like tossing the ball back, that people are like, oh, this person likes me as well. And again, I think they do. I think this is a very jovial, kind of pleasant person, but they assume that this person likes them in the exact way that they like them. And so they're eager to make like that connection. And I think it can actually feel very forceful, and it can feel very wrong for this person. And so they end up feeling very trampled on and very disrespected. So their guides are trying to say, this person can't get a read on their own energy. It's like that. So their guides are trying to say, you know what, go through a time being alone. And I think this person, they might feel depressed. They might not know what's wrong. What if you had it all? This person's like, they look around their life and they're like, I don't know what my problem is. Like, people like me. This is moving, that's moving. I don't know what my problem is. Like, I don't know what it is. And so this person needs this time of aloneness, not as a punishment, but just to get to know their own energy, because people do not feel this person the way this person feels other people. And they're not understanding how valuable they are and who they are and what they really want. So I'm just seeing like they're trying, this person may spend a lot of time like at home in a room, alone with their own thoughts. And for the first time, the dust has settled because they were distracting themselves with these kind of like social relationships. The other thing is, like, if you think this person is alone on a relationship level because they don't have options, that's just not true. This person actually has a lot of options. I'm actually seeing 7 options here, but that's also kind of relating to the 7 of Cups, which is like the card of choices. I do think this person is confused about like what to go for, like what options to kind of go for, what is going to fulfill me, but they do know they have options. Like on every front, this person knows that they could text somebody and they would come over and hang out, or that they could go get a date. I actually think this person may have been out on a couple of dates, but I'm watching them, I'm just watching them like kind of spit something out of their mouth where they're like, that wasn't it. And I think that they had, I'm hearing like 3 maybe major, this person reminds me of Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice. Only the deepest of love will persuade me into matrimony, which is why I would end up a no maid. So this person doesn't go in for casual relationships. They're not trying to waste their time. They don't just have to be around somebody to numb out like this existential dread. This person's facing this tower moment, this depression energy head on. If it was somebody mistreating them that put them in this depression moment, they're not running from it. They're just understanding like, wow, you're a piece of shit. Like, you know, they're, I don't want to be treated like that. I don't like that. You know, this is a person who knows they're beginning to like know their worth and know their value. And I'm hearing, I don't know what it is that I'm looking for. This person is looking for an Aquarian type. They're looking for somebody to make the difference in their life. They're looking for somebody that is different, or they're looking for a life that is different, but they don't know what that is. And so they're going through this period of aloneness. And what it's meant to teach them is how little they actually need. This person has a bit of a vagabond soul. This would be the person, like if we didn't have a civilized society, this would be the person who would have a hovel. This is a witch. This is a person who would, male or female, this is a witch. This is a person who would have a hovel on a hill, like outside of society, grow their own food, and just live a happy like life on their own. They might naturally like meditate for a while. Like this person's they're happy as a clam in their own company. And I feel like this person has been giving away their energy. And that's also why maybe they feel depleted or they feel lost. And so instead their spirit guides are like, what if you just kept all of it for yourself? Like, and you just like rejuvenated that. So this person's rejuvenating themselves, like, on a certain level. And I think there's just harsh truths about the superficiality of the people in their life, and that they're not represented. They just don't see what they want. You know what I mean? And they don't know, and that it scares them, and it makes them kind of feel like they're never going to be happy, or like, but this is meant to put them into hermit mode and to say like, I think this person's going to wake up one day and be like, actually, you know what? I am really happy. Like I'm really happy in my own company. And like, yeah, things have been hard, but I think the things in this person's life that have been hard haven't come from them. Like it's come from being around the people, just feeling like they have to be around people because they were told that people are going to be their safety net, or that it's always those people, those pesky little people that end up causing problems, you know? I'm just hearing another Elizabeth Bennet quote. He's the type of man that makes you despair at the entire sex. Like they've probably been around these people where they're like, I think this is also as well, like they don't know what their criteria should be. So I think that they've maybe gone after partners or friends that society says, this is the kind of person that you should be with. This is the best kind of person to be with. They go out with that kind of person and they're like, I'm not feeling it. Like this person, if you think this person is like out dating, I don't think they're out just dating everybody and their mother. This person has a high rejection rate is what I'm hearing. Their aloneness is because they have a high criteria. They don't even realize that. I don't think this person sees themselves in that terms. They're not trying to be a dick. They're just exhausted, and they kind of know that a lot of people don't bring it on the same level that they do. But they don't know that in a conscious way. Their guides are trying to bring that to the forefront. The other thing is this person could be watching a screen. I'm seeing destiny energy. Other destinies looking down on this person and trying to make themselves known in this certain time period. And this could be on a screen. This could be, this person watches like a movie and the protagonist goes to a certain place and they see that certain place like Kathmandu or like something. And they're like, wow, like I really want to go there. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel like I want to go there. Or they're like reading books. This is kind of what happened to me in Omega. I read about Omega and then I heard about it on the TV and I was like, I really want to go there. Like, you know, and so there's other destinies where it's like, please consider Aquarian paths, consider other destinies. And part of that, they're considering it at this time where they're in hermit mode. And they're actually realizing maybe that this is the happiest that they've ever been. Even though I think this person's dealing with a lot of bullshit. And I do think it's sad and I do think it's depressing. But I think it's like the bullshit that they're dealing with was not self-induced. This person has to realize that they are the strength. Because they couldn't see it before, like when they were around these people, because I think the same people who are wounding them and taking from them were trying to be the disease and the cure. The left hand doesn't see what the right hand is doing. They were causing the problem, but then trying to act like they were the solution here as well. And this person is just that they're detangling that, where they're realizing like, I'm actually the strong one. I'm actually the one that's bringing the value. I'm actually the one that's bringing the beauty. And it's exhausting to be around you. I think this person's going to come out of this and just be like, you're exhausting. I would rather stay home. Like, and not even for like the wrong reasons. Cause like I said, this person is very social and they're very socially adept. And a lot of people want this person's attention. Also, I'm hearing there's like 7 people in this person's life. Again, they have options. This person is seen as like the bee's knees, somebody that like you can really expand with and somebody cool to be around and everything. That people who want to come back to like stake a claim in this person's life. And I think that's romantically, that could be on a friendship level, but it's like people want to come back and really shine in this person's life. So they don't show up for them on a level that's like just, hello, would you like to go get a coffee? And that's what's missing in this person's life. Everybody feels like they have to be a dazzling star. And so they objectify themselves and they come back into this person's life as an object themselves, a shiny object. And this person is like trying to feel. They're trying to like make a connection and it's just like this. It's smooth marble and it's beautiful to look at, but it's like so hard and you can't make a connection with it. And so this person just is always left feeling like empty because everybody is objectifying themselves and they're objecting. It's very actually like a shallow existence. And this person's not doing it. This person's kind of showing up with their cup and they're like, is anybody real? Like, you know, hello. Like, you know, and this person's like, I just don't understand. They're so confused. They're so confused because this is just, and I think part of why they're confused that they don't understand that they're different to people and that people actually put them on a pedestal. This person is like I heard sort of regular dude. This person's like a regular human and they don't understand what they're doing wrong. And I don't think they are doing anything wrong. And so this spirit is trying to say like, hey, look, maybe this doesn't work for you. But have you ever stopped to consider that maybe this doesn't work for you? What makes you happy? I think this person's finding out they need very little to make them happy. And maybe they're happy with less going on around them. I think also this is a person where other people are constantly trying to bring them the marble, and this person doesn't want that, but nobody's even bothered to ask this person what they want because nobody has actually connected with this person. This person is always the one making the effort. Yeah, I'm hearing something. It's like, but I was always trying. Like, it's from a movie, like this person's crying and they were like, but I was always trying. And I feel like this person's like, I just am exhausted. My wheels have been spinning forever and I just need to be alone. This person might be feeling ill. And what's crazy, I think this person keeps themselves fairly busy during the day. This person is dreaming as well. Like, that's the thing. It's like this person feels hopeless, but they are positive. This is like a positive outlook person. They're thinking about their future and they're thinking about what their future could potentially be. This is a timeline moment for this person where they're saying like, and also I'm hearing their guides are raising the energetic vibration in the room. What this person spends a lot of time like maybe in a studio apartment or like in a small apartment or in like their room or something. And that's where they feel safe. And actually that's where they feel the happiness. I'm hearing like, it's where I have my snacks. All the things I like are there. All the things that make me feel comfortable are there. So like through this person, they're raising the energetic vibration in this person's space, and anybody coming into their life or coming into their space is immediately going to be known because this person is because they can get a read on their own energy, like they can better get a read on other people's energy. And that's somehow going on. But this is a timeline moment where they're really considering their future. They're considering who they are, and they're considering when they felt the happiest. And this person's realizing that they felt the happiest when they were alone. And when they didn't have, I'm hearing from Aladdin where she's like, all these something peacocks, parading around. Oh, just like every stuffed shirt, swaggering peacock I've met. But she likes Aladdin. She likes Aladdin because he's real. Like when he shows himself, and he's like, well, I just really liked you. And I was like trying, like, I just have this monkey and like this torn curtain and that's like really it, And she's like, cool. And they both feel so trapped and they actually connect, like that's the thing. Emily, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, in your hermit cave. That's really what this person is doing. So they're having to come to realize, like, I have never felt more seen except for in silence. I've never felt more at peace except for when I'm in my own energy. Everybody wants to make assumptions. Everybody tries to give me what they think I want. Everybody decides who I am before they even get to know me. And it's painful. I think it's honestly painful for this person. And so they're considering these other destinies. And they could be looking out like on a screen or on the internet, like kind of learning about these other ways and stuff. And so it's Aquarian and it's Hermit. It's Hermit and it's Aquarian. So it's like, could you move alone somewhere else? Do you want to do something on the internet maybe alone? Are you connecting with people on the internet that actually, it's something here like Aquarius is, again, science, pushing boundaries, going other places, being different, freak flag energy. And maybe this person's freak flag is that they're alone. They feel like they're better alone. Because in our society, a lot of times, even for men, I think that that's considered like a weird way to be. But we've created this culture where it's like every single person feels like they got to have bands and bars and Lambos. And like this person just wants like, I kind of think they kind of want a private, quiet, peaceful, normal life. And they're just kind of thinking, well, what does that look like for me? And I haven't really everything's been going. Also, I'm hearing the word institution. So this person could, maybe they want to work for an institution. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're looking at something that's like kind of far away. But I think this person is somehow cooperating with an institution. This could be school. This could be they could be taking a class, even if it's just one class. But whatever this is, or they're taking a deep study of something. It even could be something like marriage is what I'm getting. But whatever this person is taking a deep study in, it's a microcosm for something else. Like where they're putting together something about like this certain field or something. And their guides are kind of like, but does that apply in, I'm getting goosebumps right now. It's like, does that kind of apply in other areas of your life too? And this person's kind of going like, oh yeah. So this is like a slow marinade. I do think there's a possibility that somebody comes back into this person's life, like from their past, that potentially can give them this. But the thing is, this person's going to have heavy discernment. That's what it is. They're self-determined now. That's what this is. It's about self-determination. It's also about coming to grips with this depressional energy that's around them, but it's not coming from them. And that's what they need to understand. This has been imposed on them. They could have people, again, who treated them very badly. This could very much tie in with pile number one, where it's like they were just assumed to be a pushover. People felt like they could take from them in some particular way, or they were expected to uphold some kind of aspect of a social contract that didn't suit them. And it wasn't them, and nobody even cared to ask who this person was and what they wanted. And people just do things to this person. They're just surrounded by assholes. Like, and that's a Freud quote, by the way. Before you think you're crazy, first ask yourself if you are legitimately surrounded by assholes. And I feel like this is a person who is legitimately surrounded by assholes. I'm not saying every person in this person's life was, but the key people, a lot of people are just assholes. And this person's not crazy. And that's what also they're meant to, this person could have been scapegoated a lot, or blamed for the ways in which people treated them. And again, when they're alone, they're realizing that they're not the problem. They're meant to realize that they're not the problem. So yeah, this person's selecting a new timeline. I think that's what this is. And if somebody does come back from their past, and this, I'm even getting this could be like a friend that ends up like they room together or something. So if somebody decides they want to show up in this person's life in a real way, it's just they have to be a real person. And this person's going to know. This person is like not the same that they were before they went into this hermit energy. And I also think this person's learning that they can actually, I'm hearing I can do battle by myself. I can make my own mistakes is what that means. I don't need you coming over here shitting all over my floor. I'm fine with that, without that. Whatever you think you bring to the table, all the shit stirring that you bring in, I'm really fine without that. This person will never again tolerate like people just being dramatic for no reason and causing much havoc in their space. They never will again. But also I'm just thinking like this person's realizing I can get myself out of a lot of binds here. Leah, thank you so much for the super chat. This person, I think this person's realizing, Petal, thank you so much for the super chat. This person's realizing that they are the ones who is always cleaning up the mess, I think, as well for their friends. And that may be literal. This could be like, yeah, it's so fun to go out and party, but then this person's literally the one picking up the cups the next day. Like, I just feel like this person has really been just treated badly, treated like trash. I'm literally hearing treated, and there's no reason for it because this is a great person. This is also like, they could just be around people who are so insecure that they feel like, well, that's cool. People treat other people like trash, and they don't. And this is a cool person, and they don't treat people like trash. So then what the is wrong with people around them? Anyways, it's starting to make me mad. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. Look, I just looked down and saw this. And this person's deeply spiritual, and I feel like they've been praying. And I do feel like God energy, however you relate to that, Shiv is like, he rules over death and he rules over power. It's been helping this person like in their own like power. Like this person, I'm hearing they're about to have like a major answer to their prayers. Like this is what this only ends positively for this person. I mean, if somebody comes back in their life and is shitting on their floor and they see it very clearly because they will. And then they're like, well, I don't want to go back to being alone. Like that's also a possibility, but I really just don't think that's going to be the case for most of these people. But this person's about to have a major prayer, like multiple prayers, like granted. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you guys so much for the super chats today. Behind because I'm working, but sending so much love and a few monies. Have a great weekend. Yes. I feel like pile number 1 and pile number 2 connect too, because I feel like you're in the pile number 1 energy. You have that Pluto rocked enough times. You're going to, and it's going to be a sane reaction for you to pull back. I also feel like people try to make this person feel like they're crazy or that their actions don't make sense or that they're better off connecting with people who are subpar. And they're just not. They're not. And I think that something happened to this person with the Pluto, something or multiple things. I am hearing 4 gongs here. Like maybe multiple things happen where this person's like, you know what, it's just not worth it. Because I don't think this person would have gone into their cave. I think this person is, like I said, very social and they always have options. They do. I don't think that this person would have gone into their cave unless something really rocked them and they were like, you know what? No, thank you. No, thank you. And again, I think that if this person has gone out on dates, bleh. Oh, and I'm seeing the scene from The Little Mermaid where they're in the boat, but he's trying to guess her name and she still can't talk. And he guesses some name that she doesn't like. And she's like, ugh. But like the whole guessing your name, like nobody really knows this person. Nobody knows their name. And everybody that they think, all the names that they're throwing out, it's this person's like, ugh, you're relating to me like I'm a Jessica or a Sarah and I'm really a Tara, you know? And it's like, they know something's missing, and I'm hearing I'll feel it. Like I'll know it when I see it, and they will. Yeah. So let me just see if there's anything else. Yeah, this person has fallen for things in the past that were not real. People have really come up short in this person. They've taken the poison cup. They've fallen for fantasies. They've fallen for people stepping to them and trying to deliver some kind of fantasy. And you know what? People want to take from this person because this person is seen as the empress. Regardless of gender, this person is seen as the empress of having everything to give. So people, they're like, oh, I feel like when people come into this person's life, they're like, oh, we could have the most beautiful life together. We could have it all. And those people are like, with you, I can have it all. That's how they're seeing this person. Yeah. With Amy, thank you so much for the super chat. They're like, with you, I can have it all. Because without them, this is what this person also needs to realize is that those people are saying like, no, with you, I can live a better life and I will be on a higher timeline than however they relate to that, than I would without you in it. But this person is the empress themselves and they're going to have that. And they need to make sure that they're selecting an emperor and not the freaking Knight of Cups coming in here trying to sell them some kind of fairy tale, you know? So this person's like, I think they've fallen for that in the past where they're like, oh, and I think like they've fallen for people who have been trying to perform and like put on some kind of show for them that they're the emperor but it's fake. And this person, the Knight of Cups, I know we always say like the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. So is the Knight of Cups. But the Knight of Cups is lackadaisical and whimsical and just fantastical. And they see themselves as the emperor in their mind. But when you actually look at this person, they don't do anything. They are living in a delusion constantly because they're like, I should be running a Fortune 500 company. And it's like, did you leave the house yesterday? No. It's like, okay, that's not true. And the fact that you can't see that that's not true because you're not actually amounting to anything, it really says a lot about you being the Knight of Cups and not the emperor that you think you are. And you're even that much further away from meeting your goals because you just cannot be honest. So I think this person has fallen for that, and that's why they're blocked off, because they're not accepting anything other than equal give and take. They've been hurt. This person's been hurt, betrayed. And there's not a worse betrayal energy than feeling like you betrayed yourself. Because I feel like when this person looks back, they're like, yeah, that person was always the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I fell for the fantasy, or I wanted to be romanced. For some of these people, they even might have even known that. Even like, I'm hearing like the last few dates that they went on, they're like, I know that you aren't what you say you are. I want romance, or I just want to make out. Something like that. Yeah. I think this person is leaving, again, Queen of Cups, a lot of times I associate with Pusha. Pusha can be like a very traditional energy. Judgment. I was going to say, I think this person's leaving this. And this could have been very sudden. Look, Judgment, Pluto card. And then this is Uranus. This is sudden energy. I was telling you that there's could be a connection here. Boom. And it was like, listen, being this Queen of Cups, that ain't working for me. Being all like, this is also a person who could have wore their heart on their sleeve as well. Yeah, and then this person wants the King of Pentacles because they are the King of Pentacles, regardless of gender. They are the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles for me is noble. Somebody, again, they deal in the real world. They wake up, they put their pants on one leg at a time. They take the slow steps because this is a person, tortoise in the hair. This is the tortoise. They understand they're not going to be running a Fortune 500 company a week from now. They understand that it's like one foot in front of the other, and it's small, slow, steady steps. And first it's inside of yourself and nobody else can see it. And then it's outside in the external world, but they trust the wrong people. This person has trusted the wrong people in the past. Yeah, they thought that they were in for a teamwork, but then I'm hearing people were here for a good time and not a long time. That's what they're realizing. People, and I don't even think, I think a lot of these people that are delusional, they lie to themselves. I don't even think they necessarily, not all these people meant to like get one over on this person. They just don't have it. They wish they did. They just don't. They don't have it. They're here for a good time and not a long time, and they'll never win. These are competitive people that'll never win. So this person has to kind of go on their own. And then again, I think there's a connection here between pile number 2 and pile number 1 here for a lot of people, but that's what I have. That's what we have here. It's a terrible feeling. Yeah. All right. Compassion, compassion. Everybody's on their own journey. But everybody's on their own journey, and you don't have to be the rescuer of everybody's story. It's like, man, I can see very clearly what you have going on, but it's your life. It's not my life. It's your life. It's not my life. It's your responsibility to figure yourself out. And if you want to be asking me as your partner or as your friend for some kind of assistance or like my opinion on something, that's fine, but don't waste my time with it. And understand that I don't owe you that, and be grateful. But if you're not doing anything with it and you're not amounting to anything, then don't expect me to continue to give my energy, because that's not fair. That's what I feel like this person's having to learn here. They're having to learn that they're the prize and that they need to be very protective over who they spend time with. Summarize my dating history. Oh no, Catherine, forgot it was Friday. You're on a roll today. I feel on a roll today. Yes, a roll with some butter. All right. So, shall we move on to the pile of number 3? I'm going to do this again. I'll just clear out the space. Oh. Okay, this is the one. I'm not as connected to this energy, but let's try. Okay, pile number 3. What's not true? I'm going to pull some cards here right off the bat for this one, because I think I'm getting some things here, but I just want to make sure. There's a lot of heart energy. There's a lot of praying energy. Spirit, what's not true here for pile number 3? Okay. Okay, you're protected, first of all. I think some of you feel like you're not on some kind of solid ground, but you are. Okay, this has to do with pentacles. This could have to do with work. I was kind of getting that. I think some of you are getting bullied at work, or there's something unfavorable at work, and I feel like you've been kind of like praying here. This is something to do with like maybe wanting to do something creative, connecting the heart space with like actually like growing in abundance. And some of you are feeling actually like ganged up on, bullied, and picked on. And it might be by people who are like immovable or like in positions of power, but your guides are trying to give you some kind of cover. I think you are making a decision here. But they also, okay, they want you to know that there's 3 things in place around you. I think 2 of them are people and 1 of them is like a rule or like a place or something stable, but it could be 3 people. They've got like 3 people in position where like however bad you think it is, it's like there are 3 people here and they're showing me like they have a tarp over your head. Like, so whatever is like falling down over you, they are screening some of it out because they have certain people in certain places that are saying like standing up for you, or they're like, and you might not be able to see this. It has been as a result of your prayer. So what's not true is that you're not in this like kind of wobbly place. Let me just see here. Yeah, there's death energy. There's being left out in the cold energy. There's a lack of money and resources here. Hold on. What's not true? There's something here about this pentacle that this person's looking at. There's, hold on. He's filling his, wanting to come towards a pentacle here. Okay. What is not true here? What is not true? I'm getting it, but okay, victory. It's just like, okay, you're strong. You're strong, and you're in a stronger position than you think you are in. But there's somebody here, maybe in your life, that you feel like you have to let go of, because this person is, okay, this is confusing me. There's a lot of confusion in this pile. You're not confused. For some of you, I'm getting 2 energies here. What? Hold on. What is the truth? You're torn. You're praying about something and you're trying to make a decision. You're mixed up. Okay, I get it. You feel like your guides have not been responding or answering your prayers because you feel like you're not on solid ground and that you are going to go, like you want to go towards this thing here, towards a certain thing. You don't like the position where you're at. You feel like something here needs to change. You're trying to figure out like, okay, well, I need to make this decision. So you've been praying like to your guides and you're like, I need help. But your guides are saying, look, you are torn within your own energy. You are at odds with yourself in your own energy. You are in competition here with yourself in your own energy about what it is that's going to make you happy and what's going to make you happy in the long haul. So that's why like you're blocking, like, yes, you're generating a lot of energy. You're generating a lot of energy here with your prayers, but then it's being like capped here in this situation. They're waiting to be able to come in and like flower you and like give you something here. But you've got to make some kind of decision here, and you have to decide, and you haven't decided, but yet you're like really, really wanting something, and then you're getting like all mixed up in your energy, and you're getting all worked up in your energy because you're thinking that it's not coming through and that something here isn't working. But the thing is, you might be manifesting in 2 different directions at once. You're not total in your energy. And that's what I'm getting. Okay. Let's just see what's not true here, Spirit. What do you want to say here to this group? What's true here? What do you want them to focus on? I feel like that's it. You're not like completely focused in your energy. What do you want them to focus on? What do you want them to focus on? Oh, I think they want you to pray or like just focus on centering your energy. Maybe focus on the temple, like whatever your temple is, meditate. And then again, I just look down here to this, like the Spirit is listening to you. Some of you think Spirit is not listening to you and but like the thing is you are torn here in your energy. You could be torn between 2. They're waiting for you to make some kind of, in your energy, you're not settled and you're not decided about who it is that you are and what it is that you want. But I'm hearing like, yeah, we're waiting. We're on standby. There's a lot of growth that is available here to you. And I'm hearing you're also praying in something where it's like you're just meant to have confidence. So what do you want them to focus on, Spirit? What do you want them to focus on? I just heard your health, your diet, your body. Like just focus on that. They're wanting you to focus here on this present moment. And I am hearing meditation. But like for a lot of you, that's like you maybe eating more greens or like during meal times just being more focused or something here. But what do you want them to focus on, Spirit? Balancing out your energy. So, okay, I get it. you are unbalanced in your energy. And then you feel like you're at this crossroads moment because you feel like you want this and you feel like you want this. And there could be something here that you want, I think, very strongly. And it's kind of like what you don't already have. Like you could be kind of more aligned with like this path over here you've already been like kind of walking down. Then there's something over here that you want. And it's like over here, and you kind of have to, if you're going that way, you have to make a shift in your energy, and you haven't made that shift in your energy. So you're thinking like, I'm trying to like go down the path, but the fact of the matter is you need to sit at the crossroads, and actually the step that you're on is balancing out your own energy. That's what's needed for you to actually like proceed forward. Does that make sense? So you're not being punished. You're not being ignored. It's just that you're admitting, it's almost like you write one sentence and then you erase it. And then you write something else, but then you're erasing it like in the next thought or like in your mind. So they're saying like you are manifesting, but you don't know what you want. You're not settled. You're not settled here in your soul. And for some of you, you're not in alignment with like one worldview or like one maybe spirituality or something here. You're divided on what you want on two timelines here. Yeah, some of you might feel like you need to leave a relationship or a job and to take a risk on something that you feel aligned with, that you feel, but I feel like you're keeping this a secret, and it's connected with some part of you that feels like insecure or maybe guilt or maybe shame here. So, and honestly, the divine may have stepped in and moved you away from this here in your past because of what was going on here on the inside of you. Because it was, again, you were in this same energy. You were confused. You were confused here in the past, which led to the divine stepping in and sort of choosing a path for you. And that could be because the other person, whether this is like a romantic relationship or even if this is like a hiring manager at a job, the other person knew very strongly what they wanted. And what they wanted was not somebody flaky in their energy or somebody who didn't know what they wanted. So you're not really understanding the way in which like these things are kind of aligning and how all these things are like clicking in and being affected together. So it's like, yeah, you don't know. You're like, I think I really, really want this. But then you're scared because it feels like you have to let go of a part of yourself that maybe you've over leaned on. And it's like, you do want that, but then, oh, you don't want that. It's like you're discombobulated in your energy. And so you're getting paired up, I think, with people on purpose. Like maybe this is like with the divine that know very clearly what they want. At the very least, they know what they don't want. And what they don't want is somebody who is like confused or, secretly, because they're confused, they're entertaining other options like behind the scenes. If this is a romantic thing, somebody here very clearly does not want that because it burdens them and they don't want to be betrayed. And so they're moving away from something difficult, even on an energetic level. That's what split you up here in the past. You're in that same energy. And somebody here could have felt very defensive here. Something could have ended very badly, but not because you wanted it to end badly. It's because of this being frantic, being frazzled, not being grounded in your own energy. I'm hearing if you do one thing before you die, you should learn how to be grounded in your own energy. Stop looking outside yourself and thinking that something's going to complete you. That like being on that path with that person, having that job and that car, or like living in Indiana or living in Texas. Like, which one? Stop looking at the world. Start centering yourself. This is a group that would very much benefit from that pile number 2 energy of like, be alone for a while, get to know yourself, allow yourself to settle in your energy. What things flow smoother for you, like when you are alone versus what things are harder for you. It's gonna I feel like this is a pile that doesn't know themselves. That's what this is. You don't know yourself. You're asking for all these things, but it's not connected on a deep level because I think it's coming from a place of weakness and it's coming from a place of lack. It's like, I'm hearing you complete me. Or this job completes me. Maybe you complete me. I don't really know. Cause it's like whenever somebody's in front of me and they have something like strong that I'm like drawn in by, I think that person completes me. And then I can't imagine myself without this thing that I have like on the material level. So this is about going inward. This is about grounding yourself in your own energy, getting to know yourself. You don't really know yourself in this group, so you can't know what it is that you are, what you want. In the past, I do feel like in the past, you came up short potentially, or I think you might have come up short, but not realized it. But it's because you were in this frantic energy and you were like, I don't know. I could have this, I could have this, I could have this. This is, choice fatigue. This person, you guys, you have choice fatigue. This is a group that doesn't need 17 toothpastes to pick from. You need to know what a toothpaste is supposed to do for you, and then just find one that does that. You know what I'm saying? So like, stop worrying about like, is this the best toothpaste? Do cool people use Crest, or do cool people use something else? I don't know. Like, what do cool people use? Like, it's stop. Like, you're making decisions from outside yourself, and then you're saying, well, nobody listens to my prayers. This might have induced a tower moment here in order to put you at a distance from something here. You might have felt like out at not at the cool kids table, or put you at a distance from something it is that you wanted, to solidify yourself on the material, and because you don't have a full plan. So Spirit is kind of saying, we're not dropping the ball. You're dropping the ball. We're not supposed to just do everything. I'm not your butler. I'm not just going to jump at beck and call because you said so in your mind. Your energy has to say it. This is also somebody where maybe your words and actions don't align. So you're undercutting your own power. Spiritually, you're undercutting your own power, and in the material world, you're undercutting your own power because you're not totally going after one thing. And then you kind of blame I think you feel a victim of life. You feel at the whim of life, but it's because you're not anchored. It's because you're not tethered. So this is another group. You're not being picked on. You're not being heard. You're not being chosen. You're not choosing. I'm going to say it again. You're not the victim. You're not being chosen. You're not choosing. You're coming off flaky in your energy in a way that I don't think you understand. It's giving people the wrong impression. Because it's like you have I'm sorry if this is harsh. I mean, you have no right to be so discombobulated and entertaining all of these like choices in your life. And then when somebody's like, cool, that's not what I want, to be like, but I wanted that thing like totally and completely. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. What show were you watching? That's what your guides are saying. That's not what happened. So there's like a lot of rewriting history about who you were in a moment, because I think this is a group, you're desperately looking for something outside you, or someone outside you, a fantasy, a fairy tale, something that's supposed to come in and save you, and something that's completing you. Complete yourself, and the rest will follow. If you sit in your own energy and you're comfortable there, you're not in this chomping at the bit energy that comes from if I miss on this opportunity, then I'm never going to be okay. And if I miss on that opportunity, I think you missed something big. That's what I think. I think you had to. And maybe this is the thing you want to go back to in your past. I think you blew right past something that's a wish fulfillment here, like with the star. And you kind of are realizing in retrospect, hey, that's what I wanted. But then you have to like debrief with yourself. Don't think about like, okay, well, I'm never going to be happy again. That's showing you what went wrong, because you should have identified this thing as being like the option here in the past, like the thing that you wanted, but you couldn't hear that about yourself because you had too much going on around you, and it was flaking out your energy, and it's making you not total in your energy. Yeah. And I think that, okay, I'm so sorry if this sounds harsh. I think you could have been the person in the past that somebody trusted and they shouldn't have, because I think you were giving the impression that you are more stable in your energy than you actually are. And you got to hold that L, is what I'm hearing. You got to take responsibility for that. Instead of blaming other people for not choosing you, saying, you know what, I haven't really showed up for people. Because I'm kind of seeing like a mirage. Or, oh my gosh, it was one of the Marvel movies where Black Widow and Captain America is fighting the Winter Soldier on that floating ship. And Black Widow is wearing that fake face in the room. And all those people are showing up on like the monitors, but they're really not there. It's just kind of like an image of them. That's you. I feel like you're in the room. Technically, you're talking, you're interacting, but that's not really you. You're not there in a solid way. You're there as like a hologram kind of way. But the hologram is giving King of Pentacles, but it's just this painting, this mirage of a King of Pentacles. So if somebody goes to touch your shoulder, it's like it goes right through you. And that's how people are relating to you. But in your mind, you're like, it's giving King of Pentacles. I'm saying King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is solid, but you're not actually solid. And so people are interacting with you in a way that they can detect that you're not actually solid. And then they're making their decisions because you're dealing with people who know what they want. Or this person knew what they wanted and they don't want the Knight of Wands. They don't want this. This very well could be a person with a plan and likes people with a plan. And for some of you, it's like you wanted to keep this person or this thing as an option. So you knew that they wanted the King of Pentacles. You're not that, but you could see very clearly that this person wanted the King of Pentacles, and a part of you wanted to be the King of Pentacles, regardless of gender. Again, you wanted to be solid. You maybe wanted to be traditional. You maybe wanted that. You wanted that. You liked the way it looked on you, but it wasn't true yet. And instead of saying like, hey, I'm the Knight of Wands. Do you want to have a coffee? Maybe speak on things like, I don't know, like just being somewhat authentic to yourself. You kind of You didn't have a plan, and your plan was just to give this kind of mirage, and then it fell through here because somebody had to put themselves on a defense. They thought you were a dandy. They thought you were a bit flaking out, and then they were like, no. And this person bossed up in their confidence and like moved on. They actually showed you what it looks like to be the King of Pentacles. This is a person with a plan, a person who knows what they want, a person with confidence. And I'm hearing that is the thing I think you want most for yourself. Like, I think you admire this in whatever this is. That's the thing you want most for yourself. Because I feel like a lot of this group feels like they're just kind of floating along with the wind, which we all go through time periods in our life. This maybe feels like either this is definitely not a time period thing. This is something that's been chronic in your life, or there's something about this time in your life that mirrors a past crossroads moment where you want something so bad. You don't want what it is that you're at. You realize you've outgrown something in yourself and that something's not working for yourself, but you don't know what it is that you want. And instead of going hermit mode like pile 2 did, because pile 2, remember what I was saying? That is not a desperate person. That's not a person without options. But this is a group where pile number 2, they were keeping the options like at a distance. They were like, I know that I can go engage with this group or that place or that, if I feel like that's what I want to do. I know I can do that. I'm not desperate. So therefore I'm going to hang back. I'm going to give myself the space and the grace to figure myself out. This is a person who's coming from lack mindset, and they're keeping their options right here. And because the options are right here, it's incredibly like diluting, and it's like, I gotta do, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you can't see anything. You can't see anything clearly. So this is a method. This is an approach. And it might make you very like argumentative in places where you're supposed to be cooperative, but you're not seeing that either because, again, like you're not taking responsibility. You're not seeing this stance. I'm hearing we need you to make a solid decision. We need you to commit to a path. This is a group that might actually struggle with commitment. And you're trying to give the impression that you don't with the King of Pentacles in some way. And this could, for some of you, this is a job or a location, or this is like to your family or something. I don't know. But it's like you feel that that's how you're supposed to come off to get what you want. But what you want is really to have options. And so it's incredibly disingenuous. I feel like actually, like if you look at it and you think, oh, well, I came off as the King of Pentacles. I was offering that person everything. And really, nope. No. And like this person kind of like saw it. But I feel like it gets you in a rowdy mood. It gets you in a very, I'm hearing you're so sure that you're right. You were so sure that you were right. And it flared you up and it made you want to fight. And it made you, maybe you wanted to start an argument here with somebody who was just minding their, I'm literally seeing the Knight of Swords like running towards this person who, again, I think you're dealing with a pile number 2 person. You're like, you're just sitting over here alone. I'm sorry. That's so funny to me. You're just sitting over here alone? Really? Because I offered to go out with you on Friday night. So I just really don't understand. And this person's like, yeah, it's because I'm not sure what I want. And I wouldn't put you through the meat grinder because you're a person with a heart. And unless I'm certain, I don't want to put you through the meat grinder. That's irresponsible. That's not correct. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So yeah. Some of you, yeah, this is, this is non-committal. And for some, this is in romance, but for some, this could even be like in college. Like maybe you need to take a semester off. I know that the statistics are not good on that. Me, myself, because everybody was stealing from me. Nobody could steal from me enough. And nobody was helping me. I think it was 3 times. It took me 8 years to complete my degree. I think it was 3 times that I had to say, I can't afford to go this semester. So, because I have to save up for books and I can't afford the tuition because until you're 25 in America, you don't get FAFSA help. You have to put your parents on your FAFSA application, whether they're help paying for your college or whether they're actively stealing money from you. It doesn't matter. So I was just like not getting any financial support. It was literally little old me. And I just had to be strategic and I had to sometimes like hang back and, but I like worked my way through it. But this is a group where it's like, maybe you take a semester off, where you figure out what you want to do. Maybe you go volunteer somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what you do. But maybe this is a group that you need to take some time in the temple is what I'm hearing. Stop praying because this is more like meditating is like calming your energy and it's being like in a receptive mode where it's like you're learning how to quiet the mind. That's what this group needs. Praying isn't doing anything for you because you don't stop talking. Like you're just always telling the divine what you want and the divine is like, but you don't know what you want. When you make a decision, we're here for you. Your guides are like, we're just waiting. We're just waiting to go down a path with you. But you've got to pick that path. And that's the key to success because you've got to build. I feel like this group wants to be the King of Pentacles in some capacity. But it's like, you've got to build. So you've got to decide. That's the first and foremost thing. If you can't decide, then you can't build, and you can't actually like build something worth having. You know, that's the thing. And it's not going to be overnight. You know, this is hard work and dedication, but it pays off. And hard work is its own reward too. It really is. It's such a purifying thing. It really is. Yeah, because your guides are like, we're waiting to offer you this cup here. But we're also, it's unfair to keep these, because you do have options, but it's unfair to be forever in a crossroads moment, because some of your options like involve other souls. I think that could have been what went on here in the past. They involve other souls. It's incredibly disrespectful, even on a soul level, to just keep somebody waiting, because you're not respecting their time and you're not respecting their goals and their wishes. And if you've identified somebody as wanting the King of Pentacles, this is a person who is taking steps towards building what it is that they want. And to make them do that alone, when you know they want a King of Pentacles, you know they want a partner, like you're not pulling your weight, even just by being absent and just letting them do that on their own. You're not pulling your weight, you're not contributing, but it's like these souls are not expected to wait around for you forever. So then I feel like the options potentially, if depending on how I'm hearing, like piss or get off the pot, like, you know, some of these options are changing because you're not engaging with the options when they're ready. Yeah, and I feel like there's a path here in your past where it's like now, however long later, 6 months later, and this person's already moved on, and you're like, but wait, no, I choose you now. It's like, this should be telling you something, like about your process, about your own energy here. And stop defending stuff here. Stop, like you're defending yourself, and you're defending yourself against like the divine and people that they're sending in to help you realize this. The divine has been trying to offer you some kind of like higher cup. Oh, look, the Lovers. Yeah, and I do feel like the divine is like, look, I'm trying to offer you something really, really good here. But you're split. And you and this person may come from different, like, I just feel like something is on offer here. Either it was in the past, like, I don't know what this is. Like, if this is in the past or if this is now or what, I don't understand. But it's like you and this person come from maybe two different places, or you're in two different energies, but you can come together and you can have a lot of force and a lot of success if you commit to that path together and if you move forward together. This is kind of a union blessed by God. This is something where like your guides brought this to you and they were like, this is your higher cup. Are you take it or leave it? You know, but maybe you got competitive here because of an insecurity. And so then it wasn't equal give and take. And maybe you put somebody, maybe there was competition in your heart. Again, you were entertaining other options. This is a functioning dysfunction in this group. You feel safe and you feel secure and you feel more comfortable when you have multiple options. But this is a group that has to learn the hard way that that's not the position. It's not always like the best position. I think maybe this group, you like the options to fight over you. That makes you feel secure. But if you never pick an option and then build, then you don't really have a foothold as you grow into the future, or you have a less stable foothold because the only kind of people or jobs or anything that are going to be putting up with that behavior, they're not going to be the best kind of people. And some of you, like, they're going to either be playing you, so they're not letting you know that you're just an option for them and like that they have other things going on that you don't know about. And so they're totally fine with you being in this energy because it's, you think you're running the show and somebody feels like that works for them because that means they can pull the wool over your eyes. Or again, it means that they don't respect themselves enough to know when is enough and like when to leave. And I think some of you are learning this lesson the hard way, that what you thought was the strong position, which is having a lot of options and maybe having to beat them off with a stick a little bit, narrowing your energy, even like the kind of energies that are available to you, like having a higher rejection rate, not applying for certain jobs in certain fields because you just know that's not what is for you. That's actually the better thing. That's actually the better thing. And it puts you in a better position. Some of you are afraid to trust people as well. You feel like if I commit to somebody and then it doesn't work out or they cheated on me, then I'm like in a lesser position. But then you think like, I don't know, again, entertaining like a lot more options is somehow better for you. And yeah, like it's not. That's not really what's better for you. And you're not connected to a heart space here. This has to do with insecurity because again, the yellow of like the solar plexus chakra, that's what it is. This is a confidence issue. And that needs to be addressed very directly. And that's the only way you're going to build your confidence. So there's an irony here. That's the only way that you're going to build your confidence. And And then that's going to help you connect with your heart space. Okay, I'm also hearing this thing. I don't quite understand what this is, but they're saying for women, okay, they're showing me the root chakra and the heart chakra, and they're showing like romantic partners. So they're saying, there's a quote that says, a woman is surprised when a man can actually make her cum. Can't say it on YouTube. But a man is actually surprised when a woman can make him feel something in his heart space. There's something here about that that's supposed to help you narrow your options. That was like always kind of like talking to you. So somebody here, it's like maybe they were only making their options like with their root chakra, but there's one that stands out because it connects with your heart chakra. And this could be in a romantic relationship. So that's schmegdual. Everything's schmegdual. I really don't have a type. I'm hearing, I don't have a high rejection rate. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I'm not picky. If it's a warm body, it's a warm body, right? No, zero rejection rate. And then all of a sudden you feel love for somebody. That's a clarifying, like separating factor, right? Or it could even be in a job market where that root chakra is like, I want whatever can give me the most money, whatever gives me the most status, whatever gives me the most cars. Like that's that root chakra energy. But then there's something that maybe it's a career field that you feel passionate about. That's a clarifying energy. Somebody here, it's like, I don't know how to choose, but it's like learn when your heart is on. That's for one thing. But then there's another group here where it's like you feel love for like a lot of people. This is like that more feminine side of things. But where do you actually feel that root chakra energy? Where it's like, oh, I actually feel a little zhuzh over here. Like instead of demonizing that, understand that actually might be a clarifying option if it's coming through in the heart space too, right? So there might be something here. It's like, understand it's not just options upon options upon options. It's not just a body is a body is a body. It's not just a man is a man is a man. It's not just a woman is a woman is a woman. No. Understand the difference. Understand what you're looking at and understand where people hit you and where I'm hearing even causes and like things that you're interested in or fields of study or jobs hit you. Notice where they hit you. And I'm hearing there's a time in your life for everything, but don't miss the boat when the time when that time is over and it's time to like, yeah, fair. Yeah. And also like that root chakra, it's like, I want to use something because I feel like it's going to get me ahead. And the options thing, like, oh, it's such a status symbol to have so many job offers in my inbox at all times. And I just like to be the person going around saying that I have job offers and I only work at this company for 2 months and then I jump to this one. Like that's much different than a person who worked at one job for 10 years because hopefully the job is good and treats them well and everything. That's much different, a much different experience. Okay, anything else? So they're saying like they're waiting to connect with you. They're here, and you're generating a lot of energy, but they just can't like help you because you're not decided in your own energy what you want and who you are. All right. Interesting. She's the truth. Okay, so you're actually, if you feel like you've been in situations where you were around something that was good for you, whether this is a job, whether this is a person, that was good for you. That was coming from the right place. But then out of like left field, this other option that comes in, it's all root chakra. Just schmegdual. It's the job with the shiny car. You are manifesting that because you're so undecided and it's sabotaging you. It's a literal manifestation of like the sabotage that is going on in your own environment. Because other people that are clear in their energy, they're not manifesting the sabotaging element to come in out of stage left. They're not tolerating it. They don't want it in their energy. They're not welcoming it in. They're not opening the door. They're saying, I want to connect with the truth. And I'm approaching this in from stage left. They're not, because they don't want it. They're total in knowing like, I want what aligns with my truth. And I'm not letting anything get in. And I'm not like, yeah. That's what it is. It's a certain strength that is like coming in, a certain strength of spirit. For others of you, this is a person that you are dealing with and you need to know that you are enough and that this person is mixed up in their energy and that they, this could be like a job. If this is a job, I'm getting like both job and or like other person here. And you're the King of Pentacles. Make your decision. You're being supported in that and stand in your strength. You're being supported in that. This person is supposed to be getting a handle on their lower energies. So this all goes back. Again, you're going to misunderstand if you just are looking at the circumstances in your life. You're going to feel like that victim. You're going to feel like it's unfair. Every time I start making progress, every time, I meet that person that I feel like I actually want to commit to, then all of a sudden I ruin it because something schmegdual but unsatisfying, argumentative, eroding, corrosive, Very tempting, very short-lived, comes out of left field, and I take that bait and then I ruin things like over here. Or again, same thing with a job. Like this just ends up being, oh, it looks really enticing. It's going to pay me so much money. But then it turns out like the company closed down. It was a startup and it closed down in 3 months. And I passed up like the job that was maybe not as flashy, but it's actually, I could have progressed in like that path actually led you to being a manager in 10 years or like, whatever. It's because you're not settled in your own energy. And if you don't come back to that, everything originates within yourself and what you're manifesting, you're going to misunderstand. So, okay. Self-sabotage. Yeah. Like that's what this is, but you're not understanding how. I feel like you're confused and you're flustered and you've been praying because you want something here from your past, but you may have blown past that. And you have to understand, especially if there's people involved, people are souls in of themselves. They have to be respected. Like they have their own sovereignty and they might have gotten a certain impression of you. And I think that's what you're meant to learn from that is like, this is a person that knew exactly what they wanted. And that's why you were pulled apart. Is because you weren't showing up in that energy. You guys manifested each other in, but then somebody flaked out in their energy. And they thought, well, maybe maybe this, and then this person was like, oh God. And then like, they were like, oh, I thought it was giving King of Pentacles, but then I put my hand on the shoulder and then it just like went right through. Literally like another bitch walked in the room and like this person just couldn't help themselves. Like I thought this person was into me. Literally another human being with tits walked in the room and then all of a sudden they wanted her. I really thought we had something special. Guess this person just likes holes and I'm much more than that. So bye, all right. My truth. Yeah. So this is about having like a full plan. And I feel like maybe this is a group that's going to step up into King of Wands energy before you step up into King of Pentacles energy, because this is like what's giving you a full plan and it's also giving you trust in yourself and totality in yourself. But you have to realize that maybe you were very disrespectful to other people. Okay. But you didn't mean to. I said holes. Yeah. Some people just like holes, honestly. They don't like people. They're not respectful. That's the extent of their criteria. You got to look good. If you look good, they think that you have all the qualities and that's all they care about. That's what it kind of looks like too, is like somebody who gets confused by that. Like in this pile, have any hole you want. Exactly. If that's your only criteria, stay away from me. Okay. So that's what I got. Had to hear me all last week. All right. Compassion for the whole lovers in the group. The highest they could ever reach for in life. Okay. Moving on. So much for this reading. I felt seen. My mom recently went through a major surgery and realized not one of my friends have asked how I'm doing or her. I realized they never have. That reminds me of, there's a phenomenon, especially with like men towards female partners, that like if a female partner gets cancer, like the male partner leaves. Like not all of them, obviously, but like there's a high percentage. So, or like if you get sick at all, because they really just only want you to use you as like a caretaker. They don't see themselves as a partner. They don't see themselves showing up equally. I just learned about that and it broke my heart that there's this phenomenon of people like undergoing these like huge treatments and everything. And then on top of that, they have to deal with that. When I stopped talking about myself, I realized they never ask. Yep. Yeah. Yes way. Oh, thanks. All right. I'm just taking a second here and then we'll get into the general message. Okay. I'm reaching for messages here. He ghosted me post-transplant, blocked me on everything. Oh my gosh. I heard one person tell the story where they went in, their mom got diagnosed with cancer and their dad, like when they were leaving the doctor's office, their dad was like, you have to take care of her. I'm not. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, she's the best. Yeah, the dad was like, you have to take care of her. I'm not. And literally like that hour, I think it was like within the hour or something, like either decided they were getting a divorce or actually like filed for divorce or something. But it's like, whew, that goes back to the other thing too. What was it? The tolerable level of permanent unhappiness. So I feel like that man was probably like, well, this is tolerable. And plus she does everything for me. So as long as this is just a coast ride, I'm going to mooch off of her and I'm going to let her do all my laundry and cook all the food and clean the house and make all the doctor's appointments. But as soon as that becomes inconvenient for me, I'm out. Like, horrible. And that's why it's so, you have to like make sure you're not falling for the fantasy. And then it's probably the women in her life that are picking up the pieces. Not that that should be bad. Like, you know, her friends that actually care about her, her mom, her kids, like, you know. Okay. I've always valued truth, but I don't know if I've looked at personal as valuable, if it doesn't align with whatever truth is. What is your view on personal? Truth? Hold on. I think personal truth. I think that there's a dance. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I remember when I was studying religion, like we talked about truth in one of like the first religion classes that I ever had, because if we were all going to have respectful conversations, we had to understand the difference between absolute truth, of which there might not even be one absolute truth. And if there is, we don't know what it is. Maybe the absolute truth is nothing is certain but change itself. That could be. But they said you have to understand there's a difference between truth with a capital T and truth with a lowercase t. And I think sometimes, and I think people think that if it's true that everything just fits together like perfectly. I don't necessarily think that. I think sometimes our personal truth can be separate from what is seen as like the overall truth with a capital T. But I think like you have to be able to navigate with both. I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm going to confess to y'all. Okay. Oop. Okay. People without humanity are weird. Can't be spiritual without humanity. Yeah. It reminds me of that meme that says, I don't know how to explain to you that you should care about other people. Surprised lately at my level of how mad I was. You know what? That is, I don't know what's been going on for you, but I was thinking about this. I was listening to somebody talk about in the Midwest, in the South, in the US, and how there's this culture for women where it's like women are very much like seething beneath the surface, but because we're like not taught, it's probably this way elsewhere too, but like because we're not taught that we can express those things. But there's a culture of like women having to like run the men, like the men are kind of children or whatever, but they have to kind of give them the impression like, oh, you're such a big strong man, he'll be there at 5, you know, like I'm gonna make sure he does like what he needs to do. But it's like just this like culture of like feeling seething like beneath the surface. When I see it, our face, it'll surprise you even then. Yeah, it does. I used to explain my rage like a teapot, LOL. Yeah. Because it's not considered feminine. But you know what's crazy is like the feminine is so ruthless. Like when you look at like real goddesses and stuff. So I don't know where that got lost. I think it's just to control us. That's my take on it anyway. And I don't think there's a big conspiracy. I really think it, like we were talking about personal truth. I really think it like somebody just realized like, well, she could leave me. She's not going to do my laundry anymore. Like, so unless I convince her that this, and this, like, I don't know. I don't think it's like this big conspiracy. I really just think it's people being selfish and not knowing how to check themselves. And, okay. That's why we are the chaos coven. Yes. And feminine energy is chaotic. She was always seething. But she did call her mom a narcissist, and she told me people called her one too. I call that a man child. It's also King Baby, His Majesty the Baby. The entitled punitive patriarchy. Yep. Okay, and it hurts men too. It does hurt men too, because they feel like they have to be in like a certain energy that's then not conducive, and it's all just a vicious cycle, and we all have to figure out our part in it, and like how do we break out of it. Okay, so I did grab messages. Maybe there's somebody that wants to come through here. Soul caretaker for years. I'm a widow now. Miss him forever. Oh, but many people look at those years as not working. He had no job according to them. That's the other thing. It's like labor. We have this weird view about labor, and nobody talks sane anymore. It's like labor, civilized society has separated out different kinds of labor when labor is labor, and all of it is necessary to have healthy functioning people and families and societies. But if you say that like working, basically society and capitalism have said like if you're not working to enrich somebody else, you're not working. It's crazy. All right, let's get some messages here. I have a secret. I wish you wouldn't push me away. They are not you. I am not ready. I secretly admire you. Okay, so you have a secret admirer here. They feel like you've pushed them away. Oh, because love doesn't feel like enough. This reminds me of our whole love is a verb thing. Like love is a lot of things, right? Love is a feeling, but love is a verb. This person feels like they didn't come through for you here in the past, and now they're depressed. This person is depressed. You might be feeling this person in your energy field. I've been up all night thinking about you. This person just thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks about you. And I think for most of you, this is somebody romantic, but for some of you, okay, because we've been talking about people who just like don't show up for you like in your time of need, right? Like as soon as you have a need, this person's going to leave. So this could have been a person that left you in a time of need. Oh wait, I just had a song coming through. In a time of need. She's all alone in a time of need. Cake, that song by Cake. Going the distance. So this person feels like they didn't go there could be distance here, but they want to go the distance. But then they're also like, I'm not ready. So this could be kind of tied into pile number 3, where somebody's like, not ready. Don't trust me. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, this definitely could be coming in like a pile number 3 person because... So for some of you, I feel like this is meant to tell you that a pile number 3 person has exited your life, or like you blew past that crossroads with that person in your life. And this person maybe is now reminiscent of you. But this person, like even now, it's like they're coming through in your energy. They're coming through. They want to talk, but they're like, oh, I have all these feelings for you. I secretly admire you. I wish you wouldn't push me away. I'm not ready. Don't trust me. And I just said, why don't trust you? I want more than what we have. But I think this person defines themselves by wanting. And I'm hearing they're always wanting. And they leave you wanting. So they're always wanting. And then they're always, maybe this is the person who chases their D. This is the person who like, and I'm hearing wanting empowers evil. That's a Buddhist phrase. Wanting empowers evil. Craving empowers evil, but craving leads to suffering. So this is a person that would have you, I think this person had you up in your head at some point. Maybe because of a secret, because they revealed a secret to you. Yeah, I think a secret came out about this person and then you pushed them away. Wanting empowers evil. That's what I'm hearing. That's this person in your mind. I feel like that's somehow this person's identity to you. Wanting empowers evil. You don't want to want anything from this person because you feel like they come up short, but then their own wanting, their own craving empowered some kind of evil. I think this person may have done something actually like really bad. Look, they are not you. You hurt my feelings. Wow, you are beautiful. You found out something about me. Who is this person? I don't exactly like this because it's this, I want to get back together, but they want to get back together because you're beautiful. Superficial, craving, wanting. They are not you. This person could be with somebody else. Oh yeah, you found out something about me. You found out something with me. They are not you. So this person's with somebody else. They're scared of commitment. So don't be envious of whatever's going on over here because it's not real. This person's kind of incapable of real. You're the reason I keep going and I'm talking about you to others. I think this person's views is pursuing you energetically and you might not want to be pursued by this person. And they feel rejected. You hurt their feelings. They're getting lost in the memories and you've changed me. So you had some kind of, I just heard, and don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. You pay paradise to put up a parking lot. So this person somehow paid paradise for a parking lot and they kind of know it, but they kind of don't. Like this person, this person's kind of whiny in their energy. Like you hurt my feelings. And they're not you, and they want you to know all this stuff, but it's not really, again, it's not coming through dignified, it's not coming through certain, it's not coming through strong, and there's still a lot of I secretly admire you. This person's also talking about you to other people. Look, I will be back. I think you're very talented. You're on my mind the most. I pay paradise to put up a parking lot. So this person's just gonna bake on the parking lot, I guess. Anything else that they want to say? I miss being around you. I'm falling in love. I'm having wild thoughts about you. This person, I want to get back together. Okay. This is, I think, the person in pile number 3. Because I think there's something else over here. That this person's like juggling and they're over here. But this person is in that options energy that I was describing. Like I'm picturing somebody dinging a doorbell. Like they want to just kind of energetically, I think, ding your doorbell to see if like they can get your attention or if it's a possibility. If they declare their interest in you, are you an option for them? So they're still in the same bullshit. They're still kind of running their same game here. They miss being around you. They feel there's too much competition. And that's why they're keeping everything about this a secret, which is probably annoying you. Okay. One of the kings in your last channel messages. I don't know if I can handle it. I want her so bad. She's hurt and confused me so much. Okay. Anything else? Okay, let's see. Let's get a different message, Spirit. Let's get a different message. What? Oh my gosh, it's still this person. We're like, let's get a different message. And they're like, nope. Because we have, I feel rejected by you. I admire what you do. I love the way your mind works. Justice system in reverse. This person might feel like it's justice, but it's not justice is what I'm getting, that you're not together. Okay. Spirit wants to talk to you about your happiness. Oh, look, and flowers. And my husband gave me those. So, okay. And then I'm hearing, I can buy myself flowers. I feel like, is this an argument going on? Is this your response to this person? Write my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. Say things you don't understand. Look, oh my gosh. I can take myself dancing. Can hold mountain. Okay, so you're going to be rewarded for something. They're potentially, I feel like around the 4th of July is going to be a very profitable, I just heard the word profitable time for you. Like there's going to be a lot of like abundance. But before then, somebody might be coming at you in this club energy. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Danger, especially in money, matters. So somebody here could be trying to fight you over money. Romance is in the air. Major challenge to overcome. Light of love, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for the crying, says Jess. You're welcome. Romance is in the air. Major challenge to overcome. So I feel like maybe there's somebody here who wants you for the wrong reasons. Muddled, unclear thinking. They could try to take advantage of that. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. It feels like maybe this is what you're letting go of from your past. This person could want you for money. You'll be playing a different role in October. Okay, so October is significant. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Because I'm still hearing that song Flowers, because I can love me better than you can. Okay. 4th of July. Excellent. Excellent time. That's really what I want to focus on. Okay. October is significant. It could have been last October. Somebody here did something that meant that they were playing a different role in your life. And they're very stubborn and, time to go out and have fun. Pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention to your work. Keep your life in balance. Okay. So just pay attention to your work and keep your life in balance. This person could be trying to get you to go out of your comfort zone. Like they could try to get you out in order to loosen your inhibitions, in order to try to get you to take a deal that you don't necessarily want, or to pitch some kind of idea that you don't necessarily want. So just pay attention to that coming in. Okay, anything else with the general messages, Spirit? He can piss off respectfully. Okay. He can kick rocks in open-toed shoes as far as I'm concerned. I love you guys. Okay. 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 I think I'm going to wrap this up because I feel like we're getting some of the same messages. I feel like you closed yourself off here to somebody and it was a tower moment. Somebody from your past is coming through so strong in a way that is bothering me because I can't get away from this energy. Maybe you're feeling this too. I feel like they could be secretly watching you. This person secretly feels like they're your happiness. They could have broken your heart in the past, had you up in your head. Now this person is feeling heartbroken. Hermes, thank you so much for the super chat. They want to offer you something schmegsual and exciting, but they feel like you are not interested. So now this person's confused. They're wondering why you're not interested because maybe you have some kind of other options. It's making this person feel like they're not good enough for you or something here. I think something happened here and this person, a relationship that this person was in suddenly like came crashing down. There was some kind of like major argument here and somebody like could have moved away or something here. And Spirit is trying to help this person navigate this and connect with their intuition Spirit's trying to like come into this person's life and offer them some sort of new beginning here. They feel like it's with you, but I feel your energy closed off to this person and not even honestly really seeing this person, making you some kind of offering. I feel like Spirit's just trying to make you aware that there's somebody in your energy field from your past that is like really, really, really wanting to come back. It's somebody you felt hurt by and somebody who made you feel very anxious. He isn't good enough for me. It's somebody, I think you associate being in a commitment with this person as being anxiety ridden. Like you would never trust this person in a commitment. So I'm hearing this is karma. I'm hearing the song Karma by Madeline Bailey. Yeah, the divine stepped in here. Now this person is grieving. I'm hearing now it's your turn to cry. This person is sneaky or was sneaky. Why is this coming through? Knight of Wands. Why is this coming through? Why is this coming through? It's a true karmic connection. I've never felt anything like it. Why is this coming through? Okay. Okay. First of all, Spirit is wanting you to know that if this person or if multiple people here in your past were like horrible to you, if this was like, I feel like this was a crazy situation. This person could have put you in competition here with somebody else. There could have been a lot of fighting. There could have been a lot of drama. You walked away. Even though there was a lot of love here, you were like, yikes. And then like you walked away. These people are getting their karma, basically. That's what Spirit's trying to tell you. And you went through like your dark night of the soul. Look, this person is in some kind of karmic connection here. We got the devil card. There's a lot of fighting. And somebody else here has maybe put them in competition. And now it's got this person looking at you like they want some kind of reunion and things are looking nice and happy over there. Like they want to work together with you. They're realizing the truth here about a situation this person's wanting to send you a message and they feel like they've got a higher cup. But you are feeling very defensive to this person. And I think that didn't come out of nowhere. This person's in a crazy turbulent connection. This is a shit ass connection. And they need to deal with that. Like you're not their life raft. So yeah, this somebody's undergoing a period of judgment. Okay, so maybe that's it. And if you're feeling this person like tug on your energy or something, or if somebody pops up on you out of the blue, Spirit has already given you this warning. And this person still is confused in their own energy because this is a person who does not grieve. This is a person who does not grieve and they do not bring themselves back to baseline. So this person wants to like leapfrog monkey bar into your life. I think you already feel very anxious. Like I think if I were to tell you, if you know who this person is, if I were to tell you this person's name and I would be like, what do you think about being in a long-term committed relationship? I think you, I did this. I was like, those words all don't go in the same sentence together. That's what I think about it. You think I would be anxious all the time. I would never settle in my own energy. This person needs to be alone. I'm sorry that it's not working out in their life. This person needs to be alone. That's what you would say, because there's no winning with this person. This person, you don't trust this person. You think they're always scheming around. If they can, this is the person who's been coming out. You feel like if they feel like they can get away with something, that they will. You don't think this person has morals. You don't think they have scruples. You don't think they have self-discipline. You don't think very highly of this person. You feel at peace without this person in your life. And this person is now realizing that, or they're realizing, oh my gosh. I feel like this person's kind of realizing that you're the one that they want, but like you're the one that got away. What was the warning? The warning is this person's trying to yeet back into your life. The idea of being that made me want to vomit, actually. Yeah. There's some kind of karmic rebalancing. This person also needs to understand what they do to people, like what they did to you, that they put you in that energy. You didn't naturally feel that way towards them, something this person has done. And obviously the fact that they chose to be with a karmic, because that energy that I just looked at, that says something. Okay. Like I try not to judge people too much, like because we all make mistakes. The devil and the 5 of Wands. Okay. They chose something crazy. And then they want to like come back into your life. Like you're going to fix it. Mommy, fix it. That's kind of what this is giving me. So played my hero instinct. Yeah, this person's kind of wanting you to save them. I don't know. This person doesn't strike me as very conscious because they're not alone. This also might be a kind of person that's never alone. And so they never, I feel like it's hard for this person to hear this about themselves, but he only married her because she inherited a house. Good God. Yeah, I mean, it's built on the wrong things, like from top to bottom. Literally everything about this. I feel like somebody has maybe one thing that looks appealing on some kind of status level. I really think that's it. Maybe both sides, because I can see this as a turbulent relationship, and always has been. I'm hearing it always has been. And to go into something like that, I'm hearing you really have to think very little of yourself. And I mean that in terms of consciousness. But this person is in some Knight of Wands energy, is what I'm getting. I feel like you feel this person never grew up or will never grow up or something. But so you might be feeling this in your energy. Okay, so cord cut. And also Spirit is just letting you know that somebody here is getting their karma. And if that is going to help put your energy at ease, where somebody is like kind of coming face to face with what they did to you and how they acted and where that led them in their life, then just know that that's the case. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up. Before we get off of here, I keep forgetting to show you guys the candles. I know you guys know that I sell candles. I'm just going to remind you that we have the Hedge Witch. This is our first, well, not actually, it's not our first, because we did the Midwinter Night, which is another really great candle. It's a seasonal candle. I don't know if those are still up for sale, but that's a good one too. But it is like very wintry. But this is our first in the line of scented, like a scented candle line that we're doing. And you can buy this on our website, the Nine Woods Etsy website. And this label, because you've got to sell the candles with the label on it like this that says everything that you need to know about it, but it does come off. This is the one that I've been burning, but it does come off because I really like the look of a candle that doesn't have a label on it, to where you don't have to like try to hide the label or anything like that. I just think it looks so nice, so feminine. This is an apothecary jar. It's so witchy. It's so feminine at the same time. I love the smell of this. It is floral. I'm just gonna read you like the description of it, because I feel like this is exactly what it smells like. If you could capture sitting on a stone bench at 8 a.m. in a lush secret garden under the morning's first sunbeam, it would smell like this. This elegant candle brings a beautifully well-rounded scent. Top notes of rose and fresh mint float in on an intoxicating blend of fresh herbal air. This candle says fresh, it says elegant, it says empress on a Sunday afternoon. It is a visceral reminder to enjoy the simple sweetness of life. And I'm not like, only buy this if you want to. I'm like, just letting you guys know, like, I really believe in these candles. I'm a candle person. We use 100% soy wax. That's kind of like the standard, where there's like not a bunch of additives and everything like that. So it's 100% soy wax. And we use the cleanest scents available on the market. They adhere to the Prop 65 like list, where none of those ingredients, and there's a ton of them that have potentially been linked to being like carcinogenic or problematic in some way. It's the cleanest kind of product. This is a very long lasting candle. It burns for a long time, but also the scent really is, it's not too overpowering. I like to leave this by my bed, and like I literally, you don't even have to light it, and I can just like every once in a while just smell. I just like, sometimes I just walk by it and do that. It's really fresh. It's so spring-like. And I recommend using this as a part of your ritual candles, because if you spend $30 or more on Etsy, if you're in the US and Canada, right, babe? US and Canada? I think so. Then you get free shipping. So it's like, it's worth it to do that. And you can get this, and you can get a winter or a ritual candle, an everyday magic candle, because scent is one of the most like visceral things. That was kind of like my thing. I didn't want the candles to have like an overpowering scent like the ritual candles, which is, they smell like incense. There's also incense kind of materials in that for like the ritualistic properties of that. But you can get one, maybe you get the clear candle, right? And then spring cleaning, like just energetically doing like a spring cleaning. And then this is so spring and like so fresh, but it also like makes your home smell beautiful. And thank you so much for those of you who do have bought our candles and you've taken time to like leave reviews. It honestly makes my day. And I don't mean to sound weird, but I like when people like take pictures of them, because I can see inside your house and I can just see like a part of your life. I don't know. The candles are really good, top notch. Thank you. I think so too. And we really do like put in a lot of time and energy trying to make like really good quality candles. So if you have some disposable income, and if you are a candle person, if you like bringing that elevated nature to your home, then please consider buying our candles. It's kind of basic, but we complicate everything. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes. Okay, so that's that. And then Alex is reminding me here. So those of you who are Patreon members, first of all, thank you. Love you guys. We could not do this without you. Usually we do the live stream on the first Saturday of the month, which would be tomorrow. But because we have like a weird number of days, or It's
just because of the way that the month falls. There's 5 Saturdays.
There's 5 Saturdays in this month. So, and also it gives you more time on the poll. So we're not going to do the live stream this Saturday, which is tomorrow. We are instead going to do it the following Saturday. And then the 2 videos are going to fall in that, just because there's 5 Saturdays, and it just makes more sense not to just like stack everything at the beginning of the month and like not have anything. So there's no Patreon live stream tomorrow, but it will be. And if you haven't voted, then go vote on the poll. I think it's probably still open, right, babe?
Yes,
Yes, it
it is.
is.
For a couple more days here.
Yeah. So I'll give you a tour. Do you already know the next scent? I don't know. We have like certain scents that we already have. I don't know what the next one will be, but I don't know what the next one is going to be, but I am excited at the ones that we are working on. There's 2 that I'm like most excited about. I don't know which order we're going to release them in, but yeah.
Well, the next, it's kind of a surprise. I don't want to share the title of it.
Okay, yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a surprise. So, yeah, this does smell like so fresh and so gardeny. And honestly, this is good. Like on, I keep one. Well, I just have these around, okay? Because like we had to make a lot of prototypes, okay? So like I have one at the entryway, like just when you first walk into my house, and then I also have one on my kitchen table that I like having it there too, because again, it like just puts off like a nice simple scent. Like, and we eat at the table, like just even like really quick for like lunch or something. And it's just so nice. It's nice. So, okay. That's all I wanted to say about that. Planted a garden and now it's twice as big. What did I do? Oh, okay. Well, that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for being my people. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the patrons. Thank you for everybody who's buying my candles and finding like just little ways to support like what we're doing here. And thanks for being the chaos coven and bringing a beautiful, lovely, fresh scented chaos to the world. Okay. Bye.